If Biden says no, then you're jacked up. And you just sit there the whole time. Everyone would be thinking Joe's jacked up.
He will be jacked up.
He has to be. He has to be. There's this pretty cool video, which does not work in audio only, of Biden a year ago and Biden today. You know, it's basically jacked up Joe versus regular Joe.
Yeah.
Side by side. Oh, man, it's two different dudes.
Yeah, there may be three of them.
Well, there's two different dudes, and then there's the guy with the mask. Or they all have masks. I don't know.
It's hard to say. And then there's the bug-eyed Joe and the squinty-eyed Joe and the Joe. There's a bunch of these. I don't know what the deal is. How do they find these people?
And people have a hard time believing it, but the mask thing is real. I mean, there's real masks that will fool you, will fool anybody. And that has to be.
No, there have been. In fact, that the makeup artist, CIA makeup artist, talked about this.
The disguise artist.
And she mentioned that the old Mission Impossible that used to be on TV, what was that, in the late 70s?
Earlier.
They were using these masks. I mean, they were showing the fact that they had these masks. They weren't really using anything. They were just, pulling off something. But she implied that the technology was available back then during that show. That's why they were kind of discussing it on the show. And it's, I'm guessing, unimaginable how advanced it's gotten since then, where you could really, you can go out and look like somebody else very easily.
This guy's a lunatic,
So,
man.
what are you going to do? Either that or AI.
I think Trump should reach over and
He's
rip
the
mask off.
podfather from a CAI family.
And if
They won't be near each other.
And it will be even funnier if it's not a mask. It'll still be hilarious.
Yeah, especially if he rips his face off. That would be something.
Speaking of masks.
Medical Watch this afternoon, how masks hold up against COVID.
And medical reporter Dina Bair is here, and I guess the results sort of surprising, Dina.
They are, Ray and Lourdes. Face mask efficacy depended on the COVID variation, where the face mask did not reduce the risk for infection after...
What? This is the season of reveal, everybody.
Wearing a face mask did not reduce the risk for infection after the first Omicron wave. University of East Anglia researchers say initially face masks reduced the spread of COVID, but after December 2021, there was a shift. The Omicron variant was better able to infect the cells lining the upper respiratory tract than previous variants, and so it became more transmissible, even in the presence of nose and mouth shields. The study was funded by the National Institute for Healthcare Research.
So there's an interesting little hedge they put in there. Now, it worked on the original COVID.
Yeah, even though the virus is pretty much identical in size and everything else, but okay.
Yeah, the people are nuts. Then they just want us to believe, please believe all of this crazy stuff. You got to believe it. Believe it. So, I've been following this Harrison Butker thing. You follow this?
Why? Yeah, I know of everything there is to know about it.
I bet you don't.
How do you get the pop out?
That's what I thought too. What do you think? Everything you know? Everything? Tell me everything you know about.
I know everything.
No, just tell me. Because I don't want to play these clips. I don't want to get into a presentation if you're just going to sit there and go and make sounds and go.
Yeah, which is what the show's about.
Well, but
so Harrison Butker gave a commencement address, somewhat unlike the one Biden did this morning for Morehouse College.
Please write bullcrap test comments
a private Catholic school
for this test. I'm trying to sort out
kind of. I think
being
it
able to
might
show
be old school
the
Catholic
poll
that prefers the
in comments
mass.
live during the show.
But it's beside the point.
This is the easiest way to do it.
Just as kind of a standard pro-church talk, and he was thanking his wife for having children and taking the role of housekeeper.
All I would want to do
in such a way that
housekeeper. There you go. Yeah, I don't think that's what he said, but I like it.
What did he say?
Homemaker.
Okay, housekeeper, homemaker. So she took the job of homemaker. We thanked her for that because it's a decision she made. And he went on, and then somehow, for some reason, a bunch of people jumped on this. I mean, they don't mind it when a professional athlete after a game goes, "I'd like to thank Jesus and the Lord. He's made it possible for us to win." That's okay. And they don't mind it when a professional football player beats the crap out of his girlfriend or gets arrested or brings a gun to a club or anything like that. None of that's a big deal. But Buckner saying that he is happy that his wife is a homemaker, got a bunch of people bent out of shape. And now it's become a big cause about the right and the left, where they keep bringing these, all he did was say this and that. Why are they all so bent out of shape? The left is nuts. And that's where it kind of, is where
That is indeed the distraction. You're absolutely right. And I also, I'm like, okay, I see the thing about the housekeeper. But then something happened, and I saw several well-known leftists all of a sudden saying, well, it's okay for him to say that, and we have to respect his opinion, and that got me interested. It was like, well, what? I didn't understand. It's like, well, this is why is that happening all of a sudden? Whereas 175,000 people have signed a petition. He should be kicked out of the team. I think he's the best kicker in the league, isn't he? He's like
he's definitely one of the top 5
guys. So the setup clip here is from Whoopi Goldberg on The View.
Here we go.
And this was played to excess by the right.
It is graduation season all over America, and Super Bowl winning Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker delivered a commencement address at Benedictine College in Kansas that has sparked quite a petition because they want to get him booted from the team. Take a look.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. All of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school
At band camp,
convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
So the NFL released a statement that he gave this speech in his personal capacity, and the NFL does not share his views. So, listen, I like when people say what they need to say. He's at a Catholic college. He's a staunch Catholic. These are his beliefs, and he's welcome to them. I don't have to believe them. Right. I don't have to accept them. The ladies that were sitting in that audience do not have to accept them. The same way we want respect when Colin Kaepernick takes a knee. Right. We want to give respect to people whose ideas are different from ours. Hey girl, He wants to be president, you know who? Yeah. He says the way to act is to take away people's right to say how they feel. We don't want to be that. We don't want to be those people. So I'm okay with him saying whatever he says, and the women who are sitting there, if they take his advice, good for them, they'll be happy. If they don't, good for them, they'll be happy a different way. That's my attitude.
So, luckily The View took it towards Trump pretty quickly. By the way, I apologize. I absolutely should have played
at the tone,
the trigger warning.
A clip from The View will be played.
This is
trigger in place.
So, and I saw Bill Maher doing this. Like, why are they doing this? This makes no sense.
That's that.
And so I went and watched his entire commencement speech, which I can tell you didn't. That's okay, because no one did. Because everyone's just all wrapped up in, the controversy, homemaker, this, homemaker.
I did not listen to it because of what you just said, because I think because I'm all worked up. No, I just thought it was a distraction that I didn't need to listen to his commencement speech. I don't care. Hello.
No, what I meant was you assume.
Hello there, Taylor.
About the church and all this. You assumed that that's what the commencement speech was, but it was very different. That's my point. I think that this is the reason why this is now this big controversy is to obfuscate What he
Screen
actually
text.
said.
That simply.
What he actually said was very damning of the church, very damning of the culture of Catholics and Christians. It was quite interesting.
As a group, you witness firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society. It is through this lens that I want to take stock of how we got to where we are and where we want to go as citizens and yes, as Catholics. While COVID might have played a large role throughout your formative years, it is not unique. Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as the growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally.
Imagine talking about abortion, motherfuckers. This is the Podfather, everybody.
It appears that you can be both Catholic and pro-choice.
But you can clearly see still kind of listening to
lockdown.
I'm not as baldy
pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America. They all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. This is an important
you can
reminder.
tell with the smell, mate. Wait till Saturday.
These are the sorts of things we are told in polite society to not bring up. You know,
Catholic
difficult and unpleasant things.
Catholics.
If we're going to be men and women for this time in history, we need to stop pretending that the Church of Nice is a winning proposition.
Right.
We must always speak and act in charity, but never mistake charity for cowardice.
I thought this was fascinating. Anyone could have pulled the anti-abortion thing. It was maybe one or two mentions of something here or there, but the main message was, women, traditional women, you can't have that. Why didn't they do that?
Why did they do any of it?
Right, so I'm going to do a poll
to distract, to make sure that no one hears what he is trying to do.
Well, they had the opposite effect with you.
No, what do you mean?
Well, you said they were doing it to make sure that people wouldn't get the hidden message, and you went back and listened to it and played it to everybody else. So now it got a huge play out. So their whole scheme was thwarted.
No,
by your curiosity.
Well, no, I'm going to thwart the scheme here. Yes. Yes, but that's because we're no agenda.
I'm just fanning
No agenda takes the time to read the legislation.
Do
no agenda takes the time to get the clips from MTD. No agenda delves into stuff instead of just, it's a big nothing burger.
I never said that either.
I'm not saying you said that. That's what everyone else is saying. And everyone's moving on. He literally is calling out the church, and I think this is the fear.
I didn't hear that, by the way.
No, of course you did.
He was calling out the Catholics, not the church.
The Catholic Church. No,
he was calling out the Catholics.
Listen.
We cannot buy into the lie that the things we experienced during COVID were appropriate.
I'm sorry, is that the right one? Yeah.
Over the centuries, there have been great wars, great famines, and yes, even great diseases. All that came
there's nothing better than a great
But in each of those examples, church leaders
disease,
leaned into
and
their
then
vocations
great
and
disease,
ensured that the people received the sacraments. Great saints like St. Damien of Malachi, who knew the dangers of his ministry, stayed for 11 years as a spiritual leader to the leper colonies of Hawaii. His heroism is looked at today as something set apart and unique, when ideally it should not be unique at all. For as the father loves his child, so a shepherd should love his spiritual children too. And that goes even more so for our bishops, these men who are present-day apostles. Our bishops once had adoring crowds of people kissing their rings and taking in their every word.
Man, that seems like a kiss my ring.
Of inconsequential existence. Now, when a bishop of a diocese or the bishop's conference as a whole puts out an important document on this matter or that, nobody even takes a moment to read it, let alone follow it. No. Today, our shepherds are far more concerned with keeping the doors open to the chancery than they are with saying the typical stuff out loud. It seems that the only time you hear from your bishops is when it's time for the annual appeal, Whereas we need our bishops to be vocal about the teachings of the church, setting aside their own personal comfort and embracing their cross. Our bishops are not politicians, but shepherds. So instead of fitting in the world by going along to get along, they too need to stay in their lane and lead.
That's calling out the church. I was like, wow. So
sounds like he's calling out the people to me. Calling out the bishops. He's not calling out the church per se.
Okay, all right. Then the bishops, all right. Yes, but I just generalize that as the church. And then I think the final thing here that he said was the message that definitely nobody wants getting out.
To the gentleman here today, part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture, and when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in. This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the U.S., and a correlation can be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better.
So if you look at X, video after video of black and brown men playing that, they caught that part. And like, no, this guy's right. No, this is it. And so I think the Democrat Party, who of course, that's Bill Maher gave $1 million to the Democrat Party when Obama was there. Who knows what he's giving now? The ladies of the View, definitely all in on the Democrat Party. I think they're afraid of this message. Remember, all churches were shut down during COVID, and I think they're seeing churches becoming stronger. The people are coming together. This
always go
this
up at the
doubled in size
because I'm American.
And they don't want it. And then
make
if you listen to France 24,
sound like a question.
They're upset about the trad wife.
Now, have you ever heard of a trad wife? It's internet shorthand for a traditional wife and has been adopted by a whole subculture of women. They proudly declare on social media how they're stay-at-home mothers and wives, replicating the era of the 1950s housewife. And it's buzzing online with the topic reaching over 300 million views on TikTok. Phil Simmons is a research manager for the London-based Institute for Strategic Dialogue and a specialist on gender equality issues in the online world. She joins me in the studio today. So Phil, thank you so much for your time. Why did you start researching the subject of trad wives?
I've been following the trad wives ever since they emerged on internet forums about a decade ago, but I always thought of that movement as being quite discreet and quite niche. And of course, what we have seen since the pandemic is that this movement has become mainstream because it's promoted by popular influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers. But what happened to me is that the tradwives made it onto my social media feed. I became a mother, and naturally social media algorithms started showing me the content, and I became interested in knowing what will happen if you start engaging with it. I thought that actually the tradwives were quite compelling, and I think that a lot of women say that watching that sort of content, including feminist women, will say
you can see the ball
it's
just
quite
not
appealing and it's quite addictive. And of course, we know what social media algorithms do. Once you click on something, they will recommend you more of the same as well as more extreme versions of the same to keep you engaged in browsing.
Oh, you're joking, Hen. You haven't a giraffe
This
yet.
lady is so worried about the tradwife content because the algos are pushing it on women and it's becoming addictive and they might not become tradwives, and you know what that leads to.
The move originated in the US. It's now spread to other parts of the English-speaking world. Is it gaining popularity here in Europe as well?
It is absolutely gaining popularity across different countries in Europe, including in France. It is very much started as an English-speaking movement. It is still more popular in the US and in the UK.
Given the very strong anti-feminist views, are these individuals linked to the far-right or white supremacist movements?
There it is.
I think that it's very easy to forget get the roots of the movement.
There
The
it is.
movement started as a counterpoint to the manosphere, the misogynistic online communities led by men, and it's a movement that really works in tandem with the manosphere because it's a movement that promotes submission to men as well as for women to
Submit to men, you stupid ass women!
It is also a
Don't
movement
you
that has
know
strong
we're
leanings
obviously
to the far
better?
right. Not all trad wives are far right, but some of them are, and some of them will promote or will link or will share books, podcasts, videos by far right, neo-Nazi extremists.
Gordon's not got back to me yet. Yes! This is going to be called
You will be quickly
movie
led to more
changes.
extreme ideological
And
content.
give shout
Don't
outs.
look at the trad wife stuff. You'll become a Nazi. What are these people afraid of?
Trump.
Yes, you're right.
Let's get right to the point.
Trump. And that's what
Trump.
Whoopi did.
Trump,
and this
Trump,
is what this lady's
Trump.
doing.
Somebody Trump.
Oh no, we're going backwards. We're going to lose black men and we're going to lose women to the kitchen. Housekeepers. And the church, oh no, and right on cue.
Tonight's original now with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching. And tonight it's an unexpected but powerful group which says they're fighting to protect the separation of church and state. The Satanic Temple.
Oh, it's satanic, man.
Battling a lot of
Oh,
conservative movements
satanic.
by fighting for what
They're
they
taking the
say
piss out of this guy. This is the guy that was wetting his knickers over fucking Eurovision.
Over access to it, even launching what they call the first ever religious abortion clinic network. Now, the Satanic Temple is taking on religion in schools, using new laws in several states to try and get Satanist ministers inside classrooms. Here's more Barrett.
Tonight, the Satanic Temple wants to put its own ministers in public schools in both Florida and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
In opposition to conservative lawmakers in those states voting to allow religious chaplains to serve in schools, essentially as counselors.
Chaplains have a very specific role.
13 other states have proposed similar bills this year. The demonic-sounding group using this debate to push back on certain Christian ideals and its increasing overlap on public life.
If they pass these bills, they're going to have to contend with ministers of Satan acting as chaplains within their school districts.
Lucian Greaves, who uses a pseudonym to protect against threats, is the co-founder of the Satanic Temple.
They are going to lose in court. The Constitution is unambiguous about this. You just cannot take a religious identity and cut it out from a public accommodation. They'll have to pay the attorney's fees, and frankly, they shouldn't be putting that kind of budget into this kind of culture war grandstanding BS.
So they roll out Lucian Greaves. Have you ever seen that dude? He's got like a one blind eye, kind of all milky.
What's happened
and
to the...
And he's got fangs, and it's like, Okay, so there you go. We're gonna have a one-door chaplain with a cross and one door with a pentagon and
so I need to get the top out
and
one.
Moloch horns, and then you choose which door you want to go through, kids.
Does
now,
that
there's something happening here.
No,
I'm liking it. I'm liking
my
this
other screen.
This is bigger than just
the question.
Butker's home housekeeper speech.
If I've got
This is
one
bigger
pop
than-
out
these people
message
are
thing,
afraid. They're afraid
are
of
all
the
of them
people
fucked,
that
or
Trump
just
is
the one that
attracting.
popped it out from? Right, that's it. There's I've got my answer.
Well, Trump's attracting everyone.
Got my answer. Right, so
except the people that are just irrational haters.
Yeah,
that one
I
up
think
there.
the irrational haters
And
are in the
then what
minority
happens when I push this one?
They could be in the minority, but that doesn't mean they can't rig an election.
Well, they're definitely trying.
I know this won't make
Holy
any sense to
moly.
anybody.
This bird flu thing, holy moly.
But I've just
This bird
changed
flu
the name
thing,
to
they will
no,
not stop.
no agenda.
They're not
No
stopping.
agenda.
They just keep on going. Like they want to
No
create
agenda.
some kind of panic.
Listening party.
And here's
mail-in votes.
Yes, absolutely.
Elitist Voices.
Right, that's it. That looks okay.
This is NPR.
You see everything there.
Or PBS.
Evolutionary biologist Michael Warby at the University of Arizona is one of many scientists around the world trying to untangle bird flu's latest twist. How and when it spread to dairy cows.
The latest twist in bird flu is that it's got a publicist.
It has a whole PR agency.
How and when it spread to dairy cows.
The jump into cattle probably...
Notice the terms here. The jump to cattle, which is completely unproven. They've only done some PCR testing on milk But no,
and they don't talk about feeding the cattle chickens and chicken shit.
Let me see what we have in this report.
How and when it spread to dairy cows. The jump into cattle probably took place between mid-November and mid-January, and so we're months into this already. And since then, it spread like wildfire, infecting dairy cows in at least 46 herds across 9 states.
This is patently not true. They've tested milk, but now it's spread like wildfire. These cows are falling down dead everywhere. Oh no, all these herds.
Is it possible that the spreading like wildfire is really just a function of testing? Who was testing for bird flu until just recently?
No, and this is just PCR. We know that PCR tests are bogus. It's bogus. This whole thing is bogus.
It seems to be spreading cow to cow in some fashion.
Cow to cow.
Cow to cow. Bull crap.
I look like fucking
but we don't
Mike
know
Graham
exactly
in the
how to
boozer
do it.
after
For example,
work.
it could just be mechanical transmission as one cow leaves a milking machine, leaves virus on it, and then the next cow comes in.
It goes through the udder. It goes through the udder. Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Look at my thumbs.
Respiratory, like flu does with humans.
It's intra-udder. Okay, let's get to the surveillance part. These are...
Denny, you're in Germany, ain't you, or on the border? Get in touch if you would do room and board, mate. Or if you know if you can get a hold of any Scotland tickets for the Euros and let us know prices and all that, buddy. I was thinking, man, at that particular time I might have a wee bit of dough. And why not fucking go? Because Scotland's going to win it, we all know that. So, let me know, mate. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to the... because this is the test. There we go. So, I just need to put that in the right order in the frames. Bump, 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 bump. Too much. Spot on. Then get it the right size. In fact, I don't even need to do that. I can get the fucking again. Copy it so it transists. If I add a new one, it might not sync up. If you add an existing one, it syncs up. So if you change screens, you don't get any weirdness, if that makes any sense. So remove it to go into other stream. Turn on the cam there. Nope, don't want that one because that's there. On this one because it's there. And because I've created it before, I can copy and paste it into this is my whole scene, and I can just paste it there and move it down a few and got it perfect and lock it up. It's the exact same size. There we go. Use our mad defenses prices. Huh? I need to practice my Scots. Aye. Oh fuck me. Alright Roberto, in the evening. Mate, I can't read that to be honest, it's gobbledygook, man. I can't read it the best of times when it's just plain English. Oh yes, 2 dead and at least 12 injured. After a building collapse, he's in Mallorca. I wasn't going to... Oh shit, why is that went?
Mammals, mammalian creatures, which could include people.
Just be mechanical transmission as one cow leaves a milking machine, leaves virus on it, and then the next cow comes in.
People are afraid. They're afraid of the people that Trump is attracting.
So if you don't know, this is the
Trump's attracting everyone. Except the people that are just irrational
I was
haters.
listening to it and fanning about.
Yeah, I think the irrational haters are in the minority now.
Yeah, they could be in the minority. That doesn't mean they can't rig an election.
Well, they're definitely trying.
Audio stream.
Holy moly.
Are people
This
getting the
bird
audio
flu
okay?
thing. Yeah, holy moly. This bird flu thing, they will not stop. They're not stopping. They just keep on going. Like they want to create some kind of panic. And here's
mail-in votes.
Yes, absolutely.
Elitist Voices of America. This is NPR. Or PBS.
Evolutionary biologist Michael Warby at the University of Arizona is one of many scientists around the world trying to untangle bird flu's latest twist. How and when it's spread to
I love the twist. Is it like the
latest
6th sense?
twist is bird flu is that it's got to publish.
Fuck you, Ray Frovel.
They have the whole PR agency.
A
how
great wee
and
bit.
when it's spread to dairy cows.
The jump into cattle probably...
Notice the terms here. The jump to cattle, which is completely unproven. They've only, done some PCR testing on milk. But no,
And they don't talk about feeding the cattle chickens and chicken shit.
Let me see what we have in this report.
How and when it's spread to dairy cows.
The jump into cattle probably took place between mid-November and mid-January, and so we're months into this already.
Oh.
And since then, it's spread like wildfire, infecting dairy cows in at least 46 herds across 9 states.
This is patently not true. They've tested milk, but now it's spread like wildfire. These cows are falling down dead everywhere. Oh no, all these herds.
Is it possible that the spreading like wildfire is really just a function of testing? Because they never. Who was testing for bird flu until just recently?
No, and this is just PCR. We know that PCR tests are bogus. It's bogus. This whole thing is bogus.
It seems to be spreading cow to cow.
We all know that.
Cow to cow.
Cow to cow bull crap.
Bull. Hey, Bertha.
But we don't know exactly how that is. For example, it could just be mechanical transmission as one cow leaves a milking machine, leaves virus on it, and then the next cow comes in. Or
it
goes through the udder. Goes through the udder. Yeah,
through the udder? That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
It's intra-udder.
Respiratory, like flu does with humans.
It's intra-udder. Okay, let's get to the surveillance part. These are all the terms we learned during COVID. We were just hammered with them all. We weren't aware enough at the time to call bullcrap on what they were doing now, but this time we're here. We know what's going on.
In late April, the USDA mandated that milking dairy cows being transported across state lines need to be tested for bird flu. Do you think we have got now enough surveillance out there to know what this virus is doing and where it's moving?
I think we still have a long way to go, honestly. We are still sort of dealing with a pretty limited number of samples from a limited number of farms, and that limits exactly how much we can understand. For example, you can actually figure out, just like we did with COVID, the number of people infected is doubling every 2 days. We still don't know that with cattle.
Oh yeah, we can just like COVID, we can figure it all out. It's easy, it has an infection rate. We know what's going on here. It's obvious. Please, this is COVID. And then they pull in the story they dropped several weeks ago, which we picked up on, and they add that in.
But even the initial discovery that bird flu had jumped species and was now circulating in cows,
jumped species,
was thanks to a bit of epidemiological work by a handful of veterinarians.
The main common denominators with the cattle were a sudden decrease in feed intake, a sudden decrease in milk production, variable fevers, variable manure consistency.
Dr. Drew Magstead is the veterinarian at Iowa State's Vet Diagnostic Lab.
I love
he was
having
helping colleagues
fun with
in the Texas
accents,
Panhandle and Kansas who were dealing with a bunch of sick cows, But then a new clue emerged.
Here it comes.
Oh, it's a
On the
clue.
thin farms where cows were sick,
It's a clue.
a lot of cats had gone missing, gotten sick, or had died.
Oh,
So you thought, we have to check
Cows are eating them.
the bird flu because it's been in this area, but you really didn't think that was going to be the case.
Well, yeah, and we didn't end up ruling it out. We ended up finding the virus.
Dead cats.
Yep.
This thing is jumping everywhere.
Pangolin's next. What will we do?
Let me know if the audio is better.
This is very, very concerning.
The intriguing part here is that
this
virus in cattle doesn't seem to be causing any
Their
mortality.
audio's
After
pretty
several weeks,
spot
the
on,
animals
man. That
recover.
guy's a
It's very
audio
different
freak.
from the infection in other mammalian species.
In fact, unlike cows, this bird flu has been deadly to the nearly 24 other mammal species that have been infected in the U.S.
So now they're saying that it jumped. So because it jumped to cats, which was some bogus story they had. It's not deadly to cows, but it's deadly to other mammals, mammalian creatures, which could include people.
From a polar bear,
I think. Just listening to this,
I put some nail polish on, man, drag it down
about the cats. I think the idea is that they're not going to get traction with the cows.
No.
And by the way, did they test the cows specifically or just the milk?
Just the milk.
No.
But unless they're testing the cows, I'm not buying any of this, but I think the idea is to pass it to make it sound. If cats and dogs can get it, then it will get back to the people population because your cat. Didn't they try to pull this stunt with COVID and a dog could get COVID? Remember this vaguely?
Oh, I bet you. Hold on, let me see. COVID dog.
COVID and dogs. It was like, oh, your dog can get COVID and pass it to you. I think the idea is
Here you go.
They're cute, they're snuggly, and they've given us much needed company during the pandemic. But can your pet get infected and spread COVID-19?
Dogs!
Have another one here.
Dogs are going to fucking kill you, you fucks.
Number of pet cats and dogs catch the COVID-19 virus from their
You
owners.
fucking dogs are
the
safe.
study has recommended that COVID patients should isolate themselves even from their pets.
Yep.
Okay, so they got the pets and COVID thing, even though it never really blossomed because they didn't need to do that, but they practiced it, and so now we're going to have bird flu and cats.
I really
and
was
of course,
just
cats catch
testing
birds
shit
and get
out while
bird
I
flu
was
from that.
chilling at the
If
computer,
they get we're assuming that they don't get bird flu at all, but okay, that's an interesting ploy.
So the federal government.
It's a little late to ramp this up, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the election's concerned.
The federal government is putting up $200 million to stop the spread of the virus and help experts get a better handle on just how widespread this is. How are they doing it? They'll be paying farmers
just yes or no.
for the testing, and if the cow tests positive,
you
they'll pay him for culling the cow or the herd. There you go. That's exactly what they want.
From a polar bear in Alaska to a mountain lion in Colorado to raccoons and foxes, many of those animals were likely infected by eating dead animals that were carrying the virus.
I'm looking up here.
So we have to bring in the big guns to understand what's going on here. McCullough. We cannot refute McCullough. You and I have agreed that Peter McCullough, Dr. McCullough,
no, it's not a test, mate. I've
what he
renamed
says
this
goes with us. Am I still correct on that?
Much.
No
Okay,
agenda.
so then here is his analysis of the situation.
Bird flu now, we have incredible evidence that it's gain-of-function research, again, being done in U.S. laboratories this time. The Athens, Georgia U.S. Poultry Research Center, the University of Wisconsin-Madison, we can identify even this gain-of-function strain. I mean, CDC Director Redfield, the former director, came on national TV and said it's gain-of-function research. So this has now become very clear. It's perfectly timed ahead of this WHO meeting to try to, bring in the U.S. and everyone else under this global treaty control. It's poised right ahead of the elections. The state of Michigan just declared a bird flu emergency. What they're doing now is they are doing mass PCR testing of animals, creating this artificial crisis and then mass culling or destruction of poultry, they're going to create a food shortage. In reality, bird flu can be treated in humans with modern day treatment and early detection. We shouldn't lose a single life with bird flu. Probably only the animal handlers are at risk anyway. And the bird flu scare, which is disease X, the Global Vaccine Alliance says it is disease X, that this is going to create food insecurity as the driver of fear going into the election cycle.
McCullough. I mean, that's McCullough.
It's probably right on the money what he said.
I mean, and the Global Vaccine Alliance, that's Gavi, that's Bill Gates's organization. And yes, we know that the WHO has this international pandemic treaty they want everybody to, or international health treaty, I should say, everybody to sign on to, which would then have to be, doesn't even have to be ratified.
Biden's more than willing to do that.
Yes. And then that gives the WHO authority to do things like tell you to stay at home. I mean, that's in theory. That's the theory. Whether that happens, who knows? So they're up to no good.
They're up to no good.
Boots on the ground from Renegade 6. Testing wash-off wastewater from dairies is not solely testing the feces from the cows, but also from all the pigeons, grackles, sparrows, and all manner of assorted birds that feed and roost in the dairy lots and barns. A PH buddy of mine was hired by a municipality to trace fecal coliform pollution in a low-flow river that ran through downtown. They were hoping to identify the feedlot or leaky septic tanks upstream as the source of the pollution and levy fines. What he found was that the source was avian, not bovine or human, and it was thus the birds roosting under the numerous bridges crossing the river, and then the project was canceled. But you see, that's not going to be canceled everywhere. So this is how that's the wastewater testing they're doing. That's what the EPA just passed regulation for. So, we're testing your wastewater downstream, rancher. I'm getting rid of your cows because you got bird flu. This is concerning.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the documents right now about Michigan declaring a bird flu emergency, and it's the guy that was the head of the Department of Agriculture there that did this, some guy named, of all things, Tim Boring.
Boring? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent. And what does he say?
It's all hell's breaking loose because he says he issued an emergency to be spread of the infections in cattle and poultry. The order puts into place on May 8th requirements that farms designate a biosecurity manager.
Oh, brother.
Create a secure perimeter to the farm with limited access.
So there you go.
Farmers also keep a logbook recording all vehicles and people who have gotten out of vehicles and crossed to access points, which must be available and received by the MDARD officials at their request.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Bugs are coming. Food shortages. Do you think that they could actually create such a food shortage that it would become an election issue, as McCullough said?
Well, if it becomes an election issue, it's not going to be pro-Biden. How's that going to benefit Biden?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe it just benefits the pharmaceutical and food companies. That seems to be the obvious beneficiaries. And, in this season of Reveal, everything is coming out. We had the select subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic asking all sorts of people all sorts of questions, and this is just 30 seconds that's relevant.
Dr. Tabak, did NIH fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology through EcoHealth?
It depends on your definition of gain-of-function research. If you're speaking about the generic term, yes, we did, but this is research. The generic term is research that goes on in many, many labs around the country. It is not regulated, and the reason it's not regulated is it poses no threat or harm to anybody.
Yeah, that's why it was forbidden. It was outlawed in America. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're going for lockdowns. We know who did the lockdown. So, Trump was the one who locked us down. I hope he wouldn't fall for that again. And will the American people stand for it is the question.
Well, once the first place to lock down, people always forget this. What was the first place in the country that locked down?
Well, I know that the lockdowns were determined after Austin, Texas, canceled South by Southwest. That was the tipping point.
San Francisco was the first place that locked down the city. Mayor London Breed, who will probably get reelected, land of the homeless, locked down and did all this. Meanwhile, of course, the homeless were the only ones that weren't locked down. It was very strange.
Yeah. No, they were lifted up. They were held up as heroes. They were essential personnel. The homeless. And then, of course, once we had the BLM riots, that was okay because that was more important to express your feelings. But a lot has happened, John, in the past couple of years that everyone's just kind of forgotten about.
We'll remind them.
Yeah, well, but it's, it's not discussed. Let's not talk about it. So, and then there's a new term, biosolids. Have you heard about this?
Isn't that poop?
Yes. Correct.
Nashville generates tons of waste each day. Sewage sludge delivered to the city's wastewater treatment plant. The stay here for some of these materials will be temporary. But first, just what exactly is a biosolid?
Biosolids are residuals from wastewater treatment plants. In the past, in Tennessee, most of the biosolids have been landfilled. In Nashville, they have a new process to produce a product that can be used as a fertilizer.
UT's Institute of Agriculture has been working with Nashville government to make good use of the 20,000 tons of biosolids produced here every year. Waste that used to be sent to a landfill or out of state at a high cost is now being made into a useful product.
So they want to turn it into fertilizer.
Well, it kind of is fertilizer, except for the fact that, from my understanding, it contains so much heavy metals that it's really not a good fertilizer.
Oh, people are very much against this.
Members of the grassroots organization
poop.
It's not just poop.
Carbon County met Thursday morning in Jim Thorpe to unveil their latest efforts to stop the use of sewage sludge. According to the
sewage sludge, that's the term.
Sludge. That's the right word.
Sewage sludge.
PA, sewage sludge consists of solids that separate during the treatment of municipal water. The sludge is provided from waste management treatment facilities to farmers for use as fertilizer for free. In Carbon County, about 5% of farmers use sludge. Save Carbon County is bringing awareness to the use in hopes the percentage doesn't increase.
Maybe we need to be aware of it and do what we can to prevent it from becoming a real problem.
Lucy Freck is an officer in the organization who says there are more questions than answers.
Where was the sludge taken from? What wastewater facilities? Was it a rural community? Was it a city like Philadelphia?
The organization is asking consumers who buy directly from farmers to learn if sludge is used.
Hold on a second.
This is groovy.
Why does she cite Philadelphia? Because their poop is particularly toxic or what?
I guess so.
They're also creating a resolution allowing local governments to intervene, something they can't do currently.
What we basically are asking in that resolution is that the individuals at the local level have input into the use of things like sewage sludge.
Susan Fry neighbors a farm utilizing sludge. A rancid smell for weeks and signage signal when it's been used.
Once the sludge is applied, they put signs up, no trespassing, Class B biosolids applied.
Fry says in addition to animals grazing over the sludge, it can also be seen in store-bought potting mixes.
You wonder what's happening to those animals. They put the sludge in the garden soil you buy at Lowe's or, the potting soil. It has sludge in it. And then you're growing stuff in sludge.
Fry's biggest concern is her grandkids, especially her grandson, who likes to ride his dirt bike near the farm.
When it's dry out and this stuff's blowing in the wind, he's inhaling this.
Blowing
he's only
sludge.
8 at this point.
So, it kind of occurred to me that, we have the fertilizer issue. First of all, is there still a shortage? Or maybe China will create another shortage because, we don't have the pig urine to create the fertilizer or the nitrogen, or nitrogen will become another issue for climate change. And so they're prepping us for sludge. Sewage sludge. It's a great idea. People, grow your vegetables in sewage sludge. Last clip.
While biosolids are considered heavily regulated, those regulations don't cover absolutely everything that could potentially harm us. And studies have shown that such concerns aren't completely without merit. A 2009 EPA survey found traces of pharmaceuticals, steroids, and flame retardants in various treatment plants' biosolids samples.
There's flame retardants, John. It's good for your vegetables.
And a 2012 study found that earthworms in biosolid-treated soil had taken in pharmaceuticals and other stuff like disinfectants from antibacterial hand soaps. But it's unknown if this actually harms the worms or could harm us. Even the lead researcher on the worm study called the risks speculative, while the benefits of using biosolids were clear. There's also the risk that biosolids could promote superbugs, microbes that are resistant to multiple or all known antibiotics. Resistance is a concern whenever microbes are exposed to levels of antibiotics below what kills them outright. And that can happen with biosolids because many of the antibiotics we take end up in our urine and feces. We know that resistant bacteria are found in sewage and sludge prior to the treatment process to make biosolids, and sometimes after, depending on the method used. So it's possible that these bacteria or their genes could be spread when biosolids are used or produced. But some methods seem to be better at killing these bugs than others, so scientists need more information about what works best and why. That way they can find ways to recycle our poop without contributing to the growing problem of antibiotic resistance. So we just have to collect more data, not poop. We've got plenty of poop.
There you go. A poopy story. A poopy story. We're out of control. It's bugs. Everyone will be like,
antibiotics are derived from nature.
Yeah, but people,
Benny, I'm just sitting here
when people hear these stories, they'd be like, give me the bugs, please. I don't want to eat poop. I don't want bird flu. Give me the bugs. I feel
tiger poop's okay.
Tiger poop is okay?
Yeah.
Why? What's so special about tiger
it's
poop?
Used. They give it. A lot of zoos will get you tiger poop. It's handy. It keeps deer away.
Oh, but it's not edible.
You don't eat it.
Well, I mean, would you use it for your vegetables?
This is what we call multitasking, man. I can do this shit.
Till it in.
And then, and these vegetables, after you put in tiger poop, it tastes great.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And if we suddenly listen to this show,
okay, well, let's talk
No
about
Agenda.
Climate change.
Ah, there you go. Luckily.
It's one of the lighter part.
What you got on
climate?
I have a series of, again, I've got
They do have an agenda.
Adam second clips.
I like anything climate change because that's the true what do you call it? That's their secret weapon. They're gonna get us with that because we just let it go on for decades. It's too much money.
So now they're promoting. This is from PBS NewsHour with Lopez took over the show on the weekend.
Oh.
And she's got a whiny kind of nasally voice. Is really distasteful.
Is this an upgrade for her or a downgrade?
Well, she's still a reporter, but then they gave her anchor duties, which I think I think they're trying to move her in there. But her voice is so offensive, it's very difficult. I can't see her going anywhere.
Okay.
Just from a perspective of a TV executive.
Broadcaster, yes, TV executive, obviously.
So let's go. There's a series of clips. Climate change. California, New Jersey, some of these places are teaching climate change to first graders because it's the way best way to get kids propagated.
Yeah.
Or to promote.
Get the kids. You've got the future.
You got the kids, you got the future. Let's start with clip 1.
Last month was the warmest April on record and the 11th straight month of record highs around the world. Today, nearly a quarter of people globally live in drought conditions. And forecasters anticipate this year's Atlantic hurricane season will be the most active on record. All signs that climate change is an accelerating threat to the planet.
All right, somebody please write this down. On May 19th, 2024, the claim is that this hurricane season will be the worst on record. Please write it down.
On record.
On record.
Yeah,
write it down.
And which proves, by the way, according to her, the way she presents it.
Climate change.
Climate change is accelerating.
Yes. Spinning up.
Spinning up. All right, so here we go with we're bringing the expert.
And young Americans are worried about it.
No, they're not. They don't care. They do not care. They don't believe it.
What are you talking about? They're worried sick. Young Americans are worried sick.
And young Americans are worried about it. In fact, 85% of Generation Z is very or somewhat concerned about climate change.
She said without evidence. The only Generation Z who used to be worried was Greta, and she's now protesting for Palestine. She's so worried about climate change.
According to a Marist poll from earlier this year. In response, states like California, Connecticut, and New Jersey are now teaching kids about climate change in the classroom. One of the educators at the forefront of this is Lauren Madden, professor of elementary science education at the College of New Jersey. How do you go about incorporating climate change into a classroom curriculum?
So in New Jersey, it's a little bit simpler than it is in some other places because we have standards that are required to be taught at all grade levels and all subject areas. So they're really developmentally appropriate, and they're good tools for teachers to use to think about ways that they can connect to climate in things they're already doing in the classroom.
Could you give examples of how lessons about climate change may change from, say, first grade to 9th or 10th grade?
Yes, that's really important to be developmentally appropriate, especially when we're talking about working with young children. So in the early years, it's really about understanding what lives around you, what's supposed to be here when things happen seasonally. And some of the differences between weather and climate. It's not a tough concept for a young child to understand that weather is day-to-day changes while climate happens over long periods of time. Whereas by the time we're in 9th or 10th grade, especially if we've built this foundation of weather and climate and how our weather and climate are changing over time, then we can start to unpack some of the more nuanced mathematical relationships.
And how many times did we hear in the past, weather is not climate change? Weather is not climate. Now they're just saying, well, you know, because of climate change, we have extreme weather events.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
No, it's disgusting. It's this. Well, yeah, okay, but you know, we're going to have a whole generation grow up, and they're going to be
nuts.
No, well, they'll be nuts, but they will accept all kinds of restrictions on their life and their freedom and their liberty because of climate change.
Yeah.
It is our job to stop this, John C. Dvorak.
Oh, okay.
By exposing the truth. We need a Brighteon channel.
Rumble.
All
right, onward with clip 3.
Why do you think it's a necessary subject to teach?
Oh, wait, stop it. You have to realize that this Lopez woman, this is not a conversation.
No, it's a script.
It's not only not a script, she's not even good at I guess, I don't know if she can't read prompter or what, but she looks down on a sheet of paper.
A script.
And reads the question word for word between each one of these exchanges.
Wow.
Just a little visual info for you.
Okay.
A little visual for you.
Thank you.
Why do you think it's a necessary subject to teach students?
So I think it's really important that we don't lie to children, especially young children. Our children are seeing the effects of climate change in unprecedented ways. They're experiencing changes in their day-to-day lives that none of us have seen before. So, for example, last spring here in New Jersey and across the East Coast.
Oh, I can't wait for this. I lived in New Jersey. What are we seeing now that I never saw in New Jersey? Please inform me.
We experienced dust in the air from Canadian wildfires, and that was something that affected children, all children.
And that was climate change?
It was called bad forest management.
And pyromania.
And arson.
Pyromania. I like arson.
Their ability to play outside, their ability to go about their day-to-day life. And we need to be clear with kids.
Wait a minute. Did she say dust? It was smoke. It was smoke.
Yeah, it was smoke.
She said dust.
So, for example, last spring here in New Jersey and across the East Coast, we experienced dust in the air from Canadian wildfires.
Oh, yeah, she said dust.
It was smoke.
And that was something that affected children, all children, their ability to play outside, their ability to go about their day-to-day life.
Lock them down. We got dust in the air. Climate change. Stay indoors. Get on your computer. Watch some porn.
And we need to be clear with kids and let them know that something is happening and this isn't just a bunch of surprise things that are going on. And scientists know what's going on.
Yes, kids, it's called fire. Exactly. It's fire. That's her example?
Yeah, you lived in New Jersey. You never experienced that.
Well, we definitely had very smoky days from other stuff in New Jersey, but, it wasn't necessarily from Canada. But it was fires. It wasn't climate change. Are we supposed to connect in our brain? Well, Canada spontaneously combusted because of climate change, and then we got dust. This is ridiculous. And this is PBS.
This is PBS NewsHour.
This should be abolished.
Here we go.
But the other more...
Oh, sorry. This is a shorty. You need to set this up, this short one?
No, it'll be set up by itself.
But the other more important piece is that our economy is going to change. What the future looks like and what the industries are that will be employing our children in the future will be around climate solutions.
What?
Climate solutions.
So there's not going to be any more plumbers or auto mechanics or toll takers or gardeners. Everything's about climate solutions. All the jobs. This is what Biden kind of says. All the jobs are going to be about climate solutions.
But they'll be good paying jobs.
Climate solution job.
They'll be good paying union jobs. Hey, what do you do? I'm in climate solutions. Oh, excellent.
Well, you're getting wet.
Wow. And wait, where was she from, this lady?
She is some director of climate teaching or something. She's got a degree in it. And she goes around, I guess, telling people to teach more about climate.
Yeah, she needs to be tarred and feathered. And run out of town.
Both of them.
Yeah.
We also spoke with a high school art teacher in New Jersey about the impact of working climate change into her art lessons.
Oh, yes. Let's get them everywhere we can, even in art class. Don't express yourself. Draw climate change.
I feel that it's very important for students to know about the realities of...
Oh, is she crying? She sounds very emotional, or is
now
that just...
she's either I couldn't tell if that Susan the senator from Vermont or Maine or wherever she is,
Susan Collins.
Mm-hmm. She had something wrong with her throat. She's either got that syndrome or she's nervous. And I was watching her. I think she's nervous. She's just nervous to be on TV.
Wow.
I feel that it's very important for students to know about the realities of the circumstances that they're living through. And as educators, I think we also have an obligation to teach students and guide students through the difficulties of not only understanding this, but also emotionally processing the severity of the situation.
Okay, this is an art teacher, which is fantastic. So, kids, I want you to process the emotional trials you're going through with the reality of climate change. This is child abuse, plain and simple. Child abuse. You are scaring children. You are doing it purposefully. But honestly, these people are stupid. I used to put all teachers on a pedestal. No more. Bring in the housekeepers.
More housekeepers.
Homeschool. Housekeepers
Actually,
to homeschool.
Most of the teachers should be housekeepers.
There you go.
Number 6.
How can teachers like that one, Carolyn McGrath, help students navigate anxiety and stress about climate change?
Give them a Nintendo. They don't care.
Yeah, give them a pill. Come on, let's get with the program.
Give them a pill.
First of all, we need to be honest with them and we need to be truthful. And we need to let them know that the scientists have really good predictions out there. And we have a good sense of what kinds of things are going to be happening into the future. But I think to ease anxiety, aside from being honest and making sure that our children are well informed, we need to tell them about the types of solutions that exist already.
Solutions. I love that we're back to solutions, and this is exactly why on Tuesday I'm finalizing our global warming climate change best of show for next Sunday, so we can hear how accurate they all have been over the course of this program over almost 17 years, the accuracy of these predictions from the scientists who all agree, 98% of them, sometimes it's 97%, that climate change is real and we're all going to die. And this is and that show will be to play for parents so they can educate their children that this is a lie. This is not true. This is just bunk. But there's so much money in it.
So we have the woman making the statement that there are solutions, and of course the solution is get rid of fossil fuel and go back into the dark ages.
And I think the best way to ease.
Oh, sorry, was that?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I want 7.
And I think the best way to ease anxiety is to foster positive actions and also thoughts about large-scale solutions that they can contribute to as children and in the future.
You talked over. I want to hear it again.
Yeah, play that whole clip again. It's a short clip. What she's saying is that she wants to make sure the kids are brainwashed and they become activists. This is basically what's in this clip. And they become, when they get older, because nothing's going to get done without them. And so they're all going to become activists. And she doesn't say it, but they're all going to vote Democrat.
And I think the best way to ease anxiety is to foster positive actions and also thoughts about large-scale solutions that they can contribute to as children and in the future.
So every child is going to be a climate solutions expert. And when I hear this first bit of her clip, it makes me think of something else.
And I think the best way to ease anxiety is to foster positive actions.
Oh, there's no winning. We don't like to foster a competitive atmosphere, but we laugh a lot. Now everyone hug and share a secret.
There's that foster word.
Same one.
Same lady.
And this is that was 7, I believe, with the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
It's short, 11 seconds. These are short. And here's the bonus clip. I wasn't going to, I don't like them going this long, but they're also short.
I like it.
There's a bonus clip, and here it is.
I mean, in states like Florida, they're seeing rising sea levels and record temperatures, but Governor Ron DeSantis recently signed a bill that deletes most mentions of climate change in state law. What do you say to educators in states like Florida about how to teach climate change when they may be dealing with elected leaders who reject that it exists?
Who pays for this? I mean, is it literally just the government has put so much money into it? There's just hundreds of billions of dollars floating around that this drivel can be made and propagated upon the public and the children.
Be behind it.
How do we stop this? I don't think it can be stopped. Can it be stopped? Even there's so much money, decades of money has been put into this.
It's baffling to me. And everyone buys it hook, line, and sinker.
No, you know what?
And then they're going to propagate a whole new generation of kids. They're going to be brainwashed from the first grade. They're going to have and their finger painting will now have to show the burning sun, scorched earth, and dead animals. I don't know what the end. You have to get the kids all, their dog's going to die because of climate change.
Here's how it ends. The kids are coming for us. They're going to turn us into mulch. They're going to kill the old people and turn them into mulch.
Well, that's already been a story we've done on the show.
I know, but that's probably what they're teaching him. All right, kids. So now you're done with your finger painting about the scorched earth. Let's go after Granny and Grandpa. Let's get them. Mulch them. Mulch them.
Mulch them.
With that, I'd like to thank you for your courage. Say in the morning to you, the man who put the C in climate solutions. Say hello to my friend on the other end, the one and only Mr. John C. Dvorak.
In the morning to you.
Mr. Abrupt. Anybody all ships and sea boots on the ground, feet in the air. Subs in the water and all the dames and nights out there.
It's a natural break, man. We finished the topic of being mulched. It's a natural break.
Joke out. 15, 20.
We got, hello, trolls. We got 2146 trolls. That is way up. We had 1943 on the last Sunday show.
They start bailing out after a while, I guess.
Oh, no, I mean, what do you mean? This is the same time as last Sunday. So we got more.
It was exactly the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
We've been doing, like Mr. Abrupt. Hey, look, I'm managing the control room here.
I know you got the hair trigger.
We got to move the show along, man. We got to move it along. And the reason why is we want to thank our executive and associate executive producers, along with our trolls, of course. We love having the trolls in the troll room, trollroom.io. You can join them there for every live show, Thursdays and Sundays, or with the modern podcast app, which will alert you when we go live. And within 90 seconds of publishing the show, if you can't listen live, it'll also alert you for that. And you'll know that you're good to go on listening to the podcast. Also, all of the art that is created by our artists shows up as chapter images, and as a part of the value for value model, we like to thank our artists right up front for the work they put in. They're always doing this live and in real time, so that we can have something to choose right after we're done with the show, so we can publish. We have a pretty quick turnaround time. I mean, I think we're one of the quickest turnaround times of any show of this stature and size, mainly because we don't edit anything. We just we just leave it in there.
True.
Yeah. Why would you do that? Why would you want to roboticize?
People like to hear you mumbling and grumbling.
Yeah. And it's only me that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So, time, talent, treasure is all we ask in return for the work that we provide for you. We've been doing it for almost 17 years. It'll be our 17th anniversary in October. And our artists definitely provide time and talent. We want to thank Pickle Surprise, who surprised us. And I'm not sure if Pickle Surprise has ever won the slot before.
No, but we looked at his art, or her art.
It's art.
I think it's a he, I can't tell.
Them's art, yes.
Them's art.
Yeah, them's art.
And there was a lot of pieces that could have been winners, so it's not like this person's a slouch.
No, I think it was definitely, we've considered some of Pickle Surprise's art before, but I don't know if they've ever had a win. But this... we both liked it. There's just no two ways about it. We discussed a few other pieces, but this is the funky looking cow. Underneath it
smiling cow. It's a very happy smiling cow.
Yes, because that cow is, as it says,
look at the cow. It puts a smile on your face.
And the cow's caption is now laced with listeria. And what was fun about this is it had a vertical split of the art which is not something we commonly see, and to the right was a bottle of milk. Yeah,
very rare layout.
I like the color palette, although I'm not the guy that decides in color because I'm kind of color blind.
He's colorblind.
But the palette was the We enjoyed it. It was a good, solid piece.
I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah.
The use of serif fonts with no agenda in Korean Dvorak, I think would have been better off with a bolder sans serif font like a Franklin Gothic. One of the various weights of that would have been, I think, made the piece jump out a little better. But except for that, it's my only complaint.
Oh, that's some good feedback. I can't provide that feedback. That's all you. You're good at that. I just like the color. I like pretty colors and a funny cow,
smiling face,
a smiling cow. I like that. We had, Nick the Rat tried with some kind of mechanical cow, but it didn't really come across.
Jump.
No, it didn't jump.
It was monochrome.
Matt Boisvert had a disgusting piece with the cow shooting milk out of its udders and killing fish.
It's no good.
No, that was definitely no good. Nice to see Comic Strip Blogger posted the picture of me with Tanta Neil from 33 years ago. That was kind of funny.
Magic number.
Yeah, very magic number. And was there anything else? War Eagle tried a milk bottle tastes like poop. We did get a chuckle out of the gob of goo with the pistachio, but we didn't think anyone would really get it. And what else do we have? I kind of like the Tontanil Educate. You know, it didn't hold a candle to the Pickle Surprise, but it was simple. Chicken, lactating animal. It was okay. It was all right.
Yeah, that was okay.
It was okay. But in general, no, we saw and we were like, that's the one. Pickle Surprise. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you to all the artists who always diligently work during the show, during the live show. And they come and go. You know, not everybody can work during the show. We've changed our live show time a couple of years ago that brought a whole new bunch of artists in and moved some out. But we appreciate it. And we now like to thank our executive and associate executive producers. Associate executive producer, $200 above. We read your note. Executive producer, $300 and above. We read your note, and we kick it off with Dr. Sir Awesome Jason from Smyrna, Georgia. And a rare, at this level, show number donation, 1661.33.
Magic number.
Very nice to add the magic number, and sent in a typewritten note, which I have here. In the morning, John and Adam, I hope you can use this treasure to continue providing your valuable services. This is a true return of value, recognizing our valuable services. And as Dr. Sir One Awesome Jason, PhD, says, services include, but not limited to, Good News segment, 3x3, reading legislation, and clip of the days. And he closes by saying, I do believe this donation brings me to the level of baronet. Sincerely, Dr. Sir One Awesome Jason, PhD, formerly Sir, insert name here, Smyrna, Georgia. And thank you very much. Yes, you will be awarded with your upgraded title later on. Thank you for your courage. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It really helped out. Saved the day.
No Agenda Shop comes up. Finally, from Gitmo Nation, Georgia. Talking about Georgia. They've got 2 Georgians coming in. The Georgia contingent is here.
Yes.
And he says, long time no see.
That's right. Where have
Sorry
you been?
for my absence lately. I've been swamped by the arrival of our first human resource 6 weeks ago. Aha.
That'll do it. Congratulations. Do we have a name? Do we have a name?
Not on this note.
And will we now see baby apparel in the No Agenda shop? No Agenda baby apparel?
Oh, there's an idea.
I'm just saying.
Expect another donation in a few weeks, as this is only a partial share of what's due. Spend it on the kid. I'll take any karma you can spare. Adios.
Yeah, we got lots of karma for you. No Agenda shop.
You've got karma.
Always have karma for you. Then we have Sir Sab from Kellogg, Idaho, 350.93, and it's a switcheroo. ITM John Adam, please accept this somewhat overdue treasure in return for the value that you both provide each and every episode of the best podcast in the universe. This donation is a switcheroo for my smoking hot wife, 30 years this August, and they never had a fight, Amy Miller, whom I've hit in the mouth on a regular basis throughout the years. We love the media deconstruction you both provide and share clips with each other regularly. Please de-douche.
You've been de-douched.
I'm curious. Let me know how do you share your clips? Do you use one of those podcast apps, or just let me know. I'm curious how you share the clips. The next step is to guide her with an install of a with an install of a modern podcast app so she can fully appreciate the features they provide, chapters, artwork, etc. #native ad. Here is to 4 more years of helping us keep our amygdalas in check, and I would love a little bit of R2-D2 karma, and thank you both for your courage. From the Idaho Panhandle, Sir Sab of the Silver Valley.
You've got karma.
Got it.
Robbie Woe in Henderson, Nevada. Nice town. Of 350.58. This is my first time donating. I think I began listening to your show after hearing Adam on the Rogan show. Rogan donation. What you guys have achieved is nothing short of amazing and inspiring. The way I look forward to hearing your show reminds me of how lucky I am to have begun listening. The world's in trouble, and the devil is doing his best work we've seen in a long time.
Now in schools.
Now in schools and on the Grammys.
Everywhere.
Adam, your newfound faith in Jesus Christ has impacted my own faith. I really have admiration for your courage to speak up about it. It's on the podcast. Because it takes a lot of effort, dedication, and confidence to do so. I love hearing the stories from your past and how it relates to your view of a subject in the mainstream media. It's really refreshing to hear your take on the topic of the day. John, when you talk about your days as a rat poop inspector, I'm always laughing. I can in certain ways sympathize with you for having a dirty job. I was an air pollution inspector, not a rat poop. I would refer to the health department guys as the rat poop inspectors.
Just take the win, man. Take the win.
Model. Take the model. As I spend a lot of time in manufacturing plants doing steam system surveys. There's a lot of plants in bad shape, especially in the food processing ones. Hint. Anyways, you guys keep doing what you're doing, and I sincerely thank you both for your time and dedication to enlightening people like me about what's really going on in the world. Having a relatable podcast to listen to really means the world to me. Respectfully, Robbie Whoa.
Thank you, Robbie. We move on to Bedford, Massachusetts, 34375, Rajiv Voletti. I have nothing from Rajiv. It's a blank here. You got nothing? We see nothing?
I don't have it. I got nothing.
Okay, well, Rajiv, you got a double up karma just for that.
You've got double up karma.
That brings us to Sir Infinitus in Fuquay Arena.
Fouquet.
However it's pronounced in North Carolina.
Fouquet.
Fouquet. North Carolina. He's in North Carolina. 34375. ITM, thank you for your continued courage, and please forgive my long periods between donations. Please absolve me from being a douche.
You've been de-douched.
Thank you for keeping us all sane in these tumultuous times. Keep the faith. We invite your intelligent audience to show their support for veteran-owned and operated businesses. Specifically, the only surgical medical device company in the United States that specializes in surgical positioning for robotic surgery and orthopedics. You can see our innovations at infinitusmedical.com. Infinitusmedical.com, all one word. If you're in healthcare, please stop listening to your corrupt group purchasing organization, GPOs, and their contract offerings. They neither test or perform comparative clinical value analysis on any of the products in their contracts. They care about their kickbacks and profits more than they do provider safety or patient safety. I'm breathing it in his voice.
Yes, I can tell.
Happy to debate that in any public forum, anytime, any day of the week. Stay strong, stay honest. Sincerely, Sir Infinitus.
We will hook you up with Ben Shapiro. You could probably debate him. He likes debating. He likes debating. Well, thank you, Sir Infinitus. Shada Lane, Ogden, Utah. Ogden, known from Ogden Aviation. Favorite number 333.33, our last executive producer. May I humbly request a de-douche? Of course.
You've been de-douched.
No jingles. However, could I get a double dose of karma, job, and relationship karma? Future Dame Shada Lane. For now, just a lady in waiting. Thank you for your courage.
Jobs, 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 and jobs. Let's vote for jobs.
You've got double up karma.
And there's our old buddy Sir Ramsey Kane coming in from Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
All right. Love that.
23448. Sir Ramsey Kane here for egundirect.com. Visit us online at our Milwaukee area location on Hampton Avenue. Firearms, ammo, accessories, and more. egundirect.com. Tell him Nancy Pelosi sent you.
They're coming out of the woodwork. Brett Hahn is in Medford, New Jersey, 233.33, known from the dust from Canada. And he says, ITM, John and Adam, with this donation, my deadbeat ass finally becomes a knight after 4 pleasurable years. A true millennial scumbag from the great state of New Jersey, my life and my family's have been profoundly changed after getting hit in the mouth following Adam's first appearance on Rogan. Another
and
Rogan donation.
Dust.
Yes, I need to go on Rogan again. It works. Excuse me. I remember that day vividly as I was on my way into work at Comcast in Philly. 2 weeks before the lockdowns, COVID anxiety was heavy, and Adam's appearance unshackled my coddled millennial brain. After a brief stint under the COVID spell for about 3 weeks, my wife and I were able to break that spell and have never looked back. 5 years ago, we just went with the flow. Thought CNN was fine. Didn't question 9/11. Or I love this note. Or think twice about big pharma and vaccines. Here we are 5 years later after having a home birth for our first child, planning to homeschool, vax-free, moving to Amish Lake Country to truly get back to how humans are meant to live locally. Wow. His wife has become a housekeeper, John. This is good.
Yeah, housekeeper.
This show activated the critical thinking part of my brain, and I am forever grateful. Witness this donation. We appreciate it. But there's more. It also allowed me to get to know some of the most awesome people with my fellow No Agenda-ers from the South Jersey meetups. Shout out to Wen. For my knighthood, I would be honored if you could grant me the name of Sir Misohani of the Lakes. Hookers and blow are a must at the round table with a side of mutton. For jingles, give me your favorite Sharpton, now like a good millennial. Hey, guys, thank you for everything. Cheers, Brett Hahn.
Resist, we much. We must. They're all jitty about a shutdown. The tortoise in the race, then co-author of Hubris. U2 lead singer Bono, Fran Drescher, Sigourney Weaver, suspect Jahar Tsarnaev, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh, the show Rush Lombard hosts Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
You've got karma.
Revel.
Eli the coffee guy in Bensonville, Illinois, comes in with $205.20. And he says, I urge producers to check out the show notes for the episodes. It's an amazing resource that even a longtime listener, I have never taken the time to explore until recently. It blows Dredge Report and other news aggregators out of the water. It also gave me perspective on how much information you guys wade through to create the show. Thank you for your courage. And for all those folks out there who will be up late going down rabbit holes from the show notes, coffee helps. Visit gigawattcoffeeroasters.com and use the code ITM20 for 20% off your purchase. Stay caffeinated. Eli the coffee guy, I do have a comment to make here. You know, it's interesting, and I'd like to have an explanation for this. So I have a cappuccino maker, and
a fancy one, a very fancy one,
a fancy one. And so to get the coffee out of the little container, the little thing you stick in there, you pound on this device, and I don't know what the name of the thing is, but you pound on it until the thing flies out.
Yeah, it's you knock it out.
You knock it out.
Yeah,
and so when coffee is ground with the same grind, and noted, you know, you adjust the grind a little bit from type of coffee to type of coffee. But when the coffee is roasted dark, about 5 pounds on the thing will get the coffee plug out of the device. But when it's a light roast of any sort, you have to just pound away forever to get the damn plug out. And I'd like to know why.
Now, do you do that against the side of the trash bin? Because that's how I used to do it.
No, I have a device, a professional device that you hit.
Oh, really?
It comes with the machine. Yeah, you can go, yeah.
It's
like a rubbery thing, and you just pound away on it. It falls into a container, and then you throw the container out.
So it's
eventually.
A coffee maker and a workout device.
Yeah, that's my exercise.
Who needs more? Let's be honest.
Well, there's that.
Well, let's see. Maybe he'll come back with an answer.
I don't know if there is an answer.
And for people wondering,
I just find it annoying, to be honest about it.
Okay. Well, then maybe just stay with the dark roast.
No. The light roasts are better. You get more caffeine, and they have just a better flavor.
Wait a
once
minute.
you get used to them.
You get more caffeine from a light roast than from a dark roast?
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
Huh. Interesting. Thank you, Eli. Mark Kucharski, Aurora, Colorado, $200, associate executive producer. I recently received a check for an excessive overtime grievance at UPS. So I decided to send some money to support the best podcast in the universe. I'd like a belated birthday shout out to my son, Nick. He celebrated on May 6th, and a TPP Jobs Karma for him. Jingle, something hot on my leg, which I looked. That's something you might have said in a...
No, we have a clip.
But is it a clip?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was, you used to play it in with look at the juice, and then you'd have the something hot on my leg clip. Yeah.
Oh.
It is a clip.
Oh, hold on a second. Juice, maybe it's juice leg?
Juice leg. There's a show title.
Can you let me write it down before I forget. Juice leg, man. So it was part of Look at That Juice?
It would be played in conjunction with it, but it wasn't part of the series that was collected. I felt something running down my leg. It was like
hot juice, maybe?
Janine Pirro or somebody said it.
Janine? Wow.
Well, I don't think she said it, but it was somebody like that.
I'm sorry. I can't find it. Someone's going to have to send it.
We'll find it and rebrand it.
We'll rebrand it. And I will give you a sad replacement for now.
I got hairy legs.
He also wants to hear Trump dumps, little girl yay, and the TPP Jobs Karma, as I said, for his son, Nick.
They did dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps.
Yay!
Jobs.
You've got karma.
Linda Lou Patkin is up, and she's she's not the last, but she's second to the last, and she's in Lakewood, Colorado. And she, as usual, comes in with $200 and wants jobs karma, and has a message which is, for a speedier job search, go to ImageMakersInc.com for all your executive resume and job search needs. That's Imagemakers Inc. It's INK. Or find Linda Lou Patkin, Duchess of Jobs and writer of resumes, on the producers list.
Jobs, and jobs. Let's vote for jobs.
You've got karma.
And our final associate executive producer is Donald Ripple. No, I'm sorry, Vincent Brian Bodie de la Moros. Is it I thought it was Moroso, but Moros?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the email to see if maybe something came in.
And I looked for the email. He says, see my note emailed separately. And he gave his email address there. Did you see anything? Because I did not find anything.
Well, here I have a bunch of emails from him.
Oh, well, good.
But I'm going to read the titles of each one. Executive producer for show 1637.
Mm-hmm.
Executive producer for show 1637, a second note. And then a third note, executive producer for show 1648. No, there's no note.
Vincent Bryan will give you a double up karma. Resend your note. We'll make good on the next show.
You've got karma.
And that concludes our list of executive and associate executive producers. Just like Hollywood, we'd like to thank them in the opening credits, more or less, kind of, in the abrupt opening credits. These are real credits. You can use anywhere that credits are recognized, which includes your LinkedIn profile, anything on social media. Of course, you can put anything there, but you could even open up, if you don't have one, an IMDb account, because these are very official executive or associate executive producer credits. We appreciate that. We'll be thanking more people, $50 and above, and as always, we appreciate everyone who comes in with the sustaining donations, which if everybody did would make life a lot easier, but it's what it is. We take what we can get, and we thank you again for being producers for episode 1661.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
Order. Shut up, slave.
Shut up, slave.
Now, I'm not sure if I heard it right.
What are you drinking?
Did you open something?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I have not opened anything yet, but I want to play a Biden clip.
All right.
I have two.
Okay.
Two shorties. They're both.
Okay.
First is I didn't know this, but this is the NAACP clip.
My name's Joe Biden, and I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP.
This falls right into Trump's gag.
That's exactly what Trump was saying. I'm black. He should have said, I'm black. I've been black all my life. That would have been funny.
And then here's some more typical one. This is Biden, most supreme ever.
That's why my administration is taking the most significant action, notwithstanding the Supreme Court tried to stop me, to provide student debt relief, most supreme ever.
What? Most supreme ever?
Yeah, student debt relief, most supreme ever.
Yeah, well, I hear there's an opening for a supreme leader of Iran. Maybe you can go work over there. We have although only at top level, we have a report come in. The findings of the investigation into the death of the Boeing whistleblower. And Tina actually had a good question. She wanted to know when this poor man took his life, supposedly, in his truck in front of the hotel.
While eating lunch.
Well, she wants to know, did he finish his lunch? And that is not included in the report.
We're hearing from a friend and colleague of Boeing whistleblower John Barnett and his attorneys. That after both police and the coroner say that he died by suicide. The department issued a 56-page supplemental report detailing the investigation, as well as a note found in Barnett's truck. Tonight, his attorney said even if Boeing did not directly pull the trigger, it did so indirectly. The investigation found nothing suspicious, no people in Barnett's hotel room, no one following him in or out of the hotel, no fingerprints other than Barnett's on the gun or on the note. Our investigative reporter Ann Emerson just spoke with Roy Irvin, a former investigator at Boeing. He's also a whistleblower that no one has spoken with before on camera. She showed him the suicide note.
Is that the John you knew?
No.
Did he talk like that?
No. Not all over the place like that, no.
He had never expressed those kind of sentiments to you before?
No.
Do you think this is his?
Unfortunately, we weren't close enough. I couldn't say that, but I would say no, not in the frame of mind of the last several times I talked to him, no. And like I said before, the only way that I would believe that he committed suicide was if I saw it on camera. But that doesn't ring true for John.
So here's another whistleblower who no one has spoken to before. And what I find interesting as I look at this 56-page report, very top line, I did not see a copy of the suicide note or the contents thereof, but yet these people have one apparently. I'd like to know more. I'm not satisfied with these answers. You know what I mean? Doesn't feel right. Something's fishy.
Sounds like a professional hit to me.
Yeah, and then his fingerprints were on the gun and on the suicide note. Duh. That's how you do it. You wipe it clean, put his hands on the gun, and now this guy. And what is it? Is this guy going to testify? This is all very, very fishy. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice is going after Boeing.
I'm heading to the United Nations Environment Assembly.
Darcy Bellinger recorded this video before he boarded the Boeing 737 MAX 8 that crashed in Ethiopia. His family now suing Boeing for the company's role in the crash.
Boeing has had 3 or 4 years after the 2 MAX 8 crashes to clean up their act. They have failed.
Attorney Mark Lindquist represents Bellinger's family.
Boeing ended up cutting a sweetheart deal with the Department of Justice, a deferred prosecution agreement.
But now the Department of Justice alleges Boeing has breached that 2021 agreement to avoid prosecution for the MAX 8 crashes by, quote, failing to design, implement, and enforce a compliance and ethics program.
Frankly, I think both Boeing and the FAA itself
should adhere to a safety management system.
Washington Senator Maria Cantwell, who oversees the Senate Transportation Committee, tells me strict federal oversight is needed to fix Boeing and protect passengers.
We have a lot of people on the line, engineers and machinists, who need to make sure that there's someone there backing them up. When they say, look, I have a concern about this process, I think this is a better way to go.
The plane maker has been under pressure after recent incidents, including a door plug failure and delays of certifying the new MAX 10.
I want to see Boeing succeed. Most of us want to see Boeing succeed, but Boeing cannot function as its own watchdog. We're going to need federal oversight to reform Boeing.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
This is a disaster.
Yes.
Because Boeing's an important company in the United States for more than a few reasons. They can't get their rocket to work either. They're trying to, compete with SpaceX, and they can't do that.
Right.
This operation needs an overhaul, and I have to just blame the board of directors for not doing their job. This is a bunch of slouches that obviously weren't paying attention to anything.
So when the government steps in to help, what does that look like?
It looks like I lost money. It's going to cost a fortune. It's one of those government things where they're going to make you pay.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. It always makes me a little wary as our former President Trump flies a 757. Wonder what they did with that thing.
Well, that was yours. I mean, that's an old plane.
It is. Yeah, but you still have to put new parts into it periodically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as though there's 30,000 flights a day in the United States alone.
No, I know.
And the planes aren't dropping out of the sky left and right.
No, of course not.
Just the choppers, the helicopters are.
Of course not. And at the same time, there was an Airbus that caught fire at the gate. CO2 canister caught fire. Airbus. You didn't hear about it because it was an Airbus. You didn't hear about it.
CO2 canister catch fire? It's not flammable.
Yeah, well, there's a specific procedure, and if your ground personnel don't follow it, then somehow that can ignite. I'm not sure.
It can't ignite. It's not possible.
I'm just telling you what I read. I don't know. But the fact is, it was an Airbus that was on fire, and you didn't hear about it. And if I was going to do something to the president, former president...
Was that the one that was on fire at the gate? That it was on the front?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about it. It was on the news. They never said it was an Airbus. They implied it was a Boeing plane.
Exactly. So if I was going to have something bad happen to a former or maybe future president, it's a Boeing. Set it up. Tee it up. Just a thought. What else are you going to do if you're desperate?
So far, well, let's take a listen to a Trump clip.
Okay.
And find out. Here's the Trump trial redux from NPR. What's going on?
Finally, Michael Cohen, of course, Trump's former lawyer, testified this week at the hush money trial. House Speaker Mike Johnson and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance were among Republicans who came to show their support by sitting in the Manhattan courtroom. What does this say about the Republican Party and Donald Trump as the trial enters its final weeks or even days?
Yes.
Well, it says that the party is not only lined up behind Trump, but available at his beck and call. In the early phases of the trial, Trump sometimes seemed rather isolated in the courtroom. It was noticed that his son Eric was perhaps his most prominent supporter there. But outside the court, of course, and on social media, Trump had been denouncing the trial and the charges and various figures in the case. And that continued until the judge in the case fined him repeatedly and threatened to jail him if he didn't stop. So this past week, Trump seems to have calmed down quite a bit on social media, and rotating groups of congressional Republicans started showing up in New York to be a kind of Greek chorus, speaking Trump's lines for him. Among them was House Speaker Mike Johnson, who had a press conference outside the courthouse to call the case a sham. And this way, of course, Trump is getting his complaints out into the public with high visibility without incurring further penalties in the courtroom, and his supporters have a chance to perform a service for the leader.
What a dumb update report they just delivered there.
That's the NPR.
I mean, what really is happening is Trump's legal team cross-examined Michael Cohen and just beat him to a pulp. And everyone is like, well, this guy's just lying. He's just a liar. Everything they said, they said, well, he was lying. He's just been lying. He's a liar. That's what he does. You think I said liar, but I said lawyer. He's a liar. He's a liar. And so nothing's going to happen in that case, of course.
No, that's just to keep him off the campaign trail. He's working on new material. I think he does material. I think he's writing new material in the court.
In the courtroom. He's I'll write this.
Because I saw some of these clips, too. He's got new stuff.
Yeah, it's
some
good.
Of the bits he's doing about Biden are really getting there.
It's good.
It's good. Quality stuff.
His delivery, everything is on point. It's fantastic. A friend of mine...
And the thing that's funny that should be noted is that there are people, the Trump haters out there, they don't see any humor in what he does.
No, it's sad because it's
They
hilarious.
don't get his jokes. They don't understand what he's up to.
Yeah, they don't get it.
And it is sad. It's like, can you see that he's doing a set? I mean, even NPR.
A set. Great set, Prez. Great set.
In fact, I have a clip.
Great tonight. Hey, Joe Rogan called. He wants you at the Mothership Comedy Club. It's for you. Great set.
He could work it.
Yes.
There's a clip. You can look it up. You might as well just play this because it's part of it. The clip was from last week. It was last show. NPR dissects Trump rallies.
Oh, good, because I have some. Okay, yeah, let me play this.
Donald Trump 2024 campaign speech can be many things: a forum to air grievances, a place to brag, a place for lengthy stream of consciousness responses to the news of the day.
It's a set.
And Donald Trump's speeches provide some insight into how the former president would govern if he wins in November. NPR Stephen Fowler listened to...
Do these people really believe themselves?
That's the way the guy talks. Now, since you stopped it, I should mention something here. I think this is a fair report.
Oh.
And in fact, I don't have the whole thing, but this guy who went to all the Trump rallies, when he talks about Trump and his bloodbath comment,
yeah,
he puts it in context.
Oh, stop.
And says he's specifically talking about the auto industry.
They want him to win. They want him to win.
Well, I don't think the NPR wants him to win, but I think at least this guy's fair.
Donald Trump's speeches provide some insight into how the former president would govern if he wins in November.
Somebody just got rid of my card.
NPR Stephen Fowler listened to 15 campaign speeches from this year and notes the themes and promises that make up a Trump rally set list.
If you've ever listened to a Trump rally, you know about its infamous playlist that runs for hours before he speaks. An eclectic mix of songs that ranges from Elton John's Tiny Dancer to Phantom of the Opera and culminates with Lee Greenwood's country classic. But it's also helpful to think of what Trump says at these events as its own curated playlist. Never the same topics in the same order, heavy on the greatest hits, but with plenty of space left for new tracks that riff on what's popular. Plenty of his speeches tied to where he is, who he's talking to, and how it fits in the political moment. Take this throwback rally all the way back in January in Indianola, Iowa.
Hello, Iowa. One day from now, we're going to win. Iowa's first in the nation caucuses.
It's the night before the first presidential primary contest, so Trump's remarks feature diss tracks against top rivals Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, plus crowd-pleasing mentions of tariffs that affect Iowa farmers and increased access to ethanol. But there's also plenty of typical Trumpian fare.
Hold on a second. Did he say diss tracks?
Yes, this is his analogy.
Is the NPR audience aware of rap diss tracks? Or is this something?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to check because that was out of left field for NPR.
It's the night before the first presidential primary contest, so Trump's remarks feature diss tracks against top rivals Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, plus crowd-pleasing mentions of tariffs that affect Iowa farmers and increased access to ethanol. But there's also plenty of typical Trumpian fare that could have been delivered anywhere.
But these caucuses are your personal chance to score the ultimate victory over all of the liars, cheaters, thugs, perverts, frauds, crooks, freaks, creeps, and other quite nice people.
It can be hard for even seasoned observers to track what's new or notable in his speeches. The runtime is often more than an hour and can switch tone and topics at random.
So this guy went to 15. Wow, they must call him a hero. You're such a hero. Such a hero.
He didn't necessarily. The way if you parse it, he didn't. I mean, he went to probably a few, but it sounds to me as though he just listened to him on YouTube because it says he listened to 15 speeches. He didn't attend 15 because there's a big difference, as you know. You've been to one of these rallies
early on, and in 2015.
Yeah, and like people who go, it's like the Grateful Dead. They go to a lot of them. There's some people that have gone to every one of them, and because there's a vibe there that people really enjoy, and it's different than just listening. Even though I have never been to one, but I've listened to quite a few of them, and you get a kind of a feeling for it. But you can see that being there would be better.
My buddy Vic and his wife Chris came down from Dallas. They're here for our vow renewal right after the show.
Oh, what?
Yes, thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. Very, very kind. Yes, we're renewing it's our 5th wedding anniversary today. Yeah. And we never had a fight. And so Chris's mom went to the Wildwood, New Jersey Trump rally. And just a couple things about Wildwood, New Jersey. It's not like an easy place. You just go to Wildwood. It is way out there. So you're going to Wildwood, you're really determined to go to Wildwood. I mean, from anywhere, and excuse me, fellow Jerseyans, anywhere within civilization in Jersey, it's 2.5 hours to get to Wildwood. You really want to go there.
I thought you'd go across the whole state in 2.5 hours.
Jersey is huge. Are you kidding me? You should go take a look at it. New Jersey is not to be messed with. And the whole, and they're from Jersey. They're from South Jersey originally. The whole state, it feels like, is like, no, we're not blue. We're just going back to red. No. And that 100,000 number, they think is even light. They think it was more than that. It's incredible. The size of these crowds. That's bigger than the first time around. Because when I went to I've been to one, that Trump rally in Arkansas, there was a lot of people. It wasn't, it was small, actually, comparatively speaking, very small. But now, more than 100,000 people, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, that's really, really big. People are so sick of it. They are. But, when will people start burning down television news stations? I've never understood this. I mean, that's the main culprit. Why aren't they out there, out front? For a little bit, we had that at CNN for like a day or two. Remember that?
Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, they busted the windows.
Yeah,
and there was like
for a second.
I heard,
there.
Yeah, that was we covered that.
I mean, the NPR stations. How come people aren't just burning that down? I mean, I'm not calling for violence, please.
Sounds like it.
No, I'm not, because before you know it, CBS will call me something horrible.
There are nearly 80 officials working in election oversight positions across 7 swing states who are considered election deniers by CBS News. That means they either don't believe in the 2020 results, refuse to certify that election, publicly supported the January 6th Capitol riots, or have pushed election conspiracies.
Ooh, I think we're in that camp. We're in that camp. Ooh, we're in the camp. We're in the conspiracy camp. Ooh, I'm afraid now. This should be your beat. This very short clip. But since I don't think you have it, I'll roll it out for you. This is Australia.
I have to report that the Digital ID Transitional and Consequential Provisions Bill 2023 has been fully considered by the Federation Chamber and has been agreed to without amendment. I present a certified copy of the bill. The question is that the bill be agreed to. I'll put the question. Those opinions say aye, against no. I think the ayes have it. Those opposed, division required? No division required. This bill has been agreed to.
There you go. Australia, digital ID. It's going to be, you're going to need it
to get out of control down there.
You're going to need it to get on the internet. You're going to need it for everything. Everything. Oh, I feel so bad.
Even if you're going to vote for Elmer Fudd for re-election,
you got to show your digital IDs.
Elmer Fudd, people always want to know the face of Satan. You're the Christian in the group here.
Yes.
The face of Satan is Elmer Fudd, the Australian Prime Minister.
Is he the face of Satan?
I think so. I've concluded this after listening to Naomi Wolf's long lecture about satanic rituals.
Oh, I missed that one. Did you listen to that?
It just came out.
Is it a video?
It's an audio. It appears to be a video, but it turns out to be an audio.
Is it so? It's not on Rumble?
No, it's on her own website, I think.
Oh.
Or no, it's a Substack audio.
Oh, and what's the
Substack is where you go over your podcast now. When did that happen?
Well, they do produce RSS feeds that are private, so you can actually, if you subscribe to someone's Substack, they can then set it up so that you'll get your own individual RSS feed that you can subscribe to, which is that's valid. It's valid.
It's valid. Yeah, it's valid. Cool.
So, what was the conclusion?
What, that Elmer Fudd's the devil?
No. What is Naomi Wolf's conclusion?
Oh, I couldn't listen to the whole thing. She went on forever. I gave up.
This is
about 20 minutes in. It's like, I can't take any more of this.
This is the problem when you get professionals and you put them out there without editors, and because they need that. They need that. Glenn Greenwald's another one. We've discussed it many times. And I mean, most Substacks, I'm a fan of Naomi Wolf. I can't read them. It's too long. It's too long.
They don't know how to keep it short and sweet. I'm reminded of magazine writers I've worked with who, once they get to the internet and you don't have to deal with page restrictions, in other words, you can't really write too long because there's no room.
Yeah.
Hey, cut it down. We only have room for 850 words here. They just go nuts. They can't stop writing.
I have a feature. Here's a feature for Substack. Substack is just an idea. You should have a remix feature where anybody can go in and take a Substack by someone you follow, subscribe to, whatever, and edit it. Become a professional editor and then republish that. I'm saying, here's my edited version as a professional editor. I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. But I'm a good editor, and I've edited this down as a public service.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm full of good
that's
ideas.
what we do with our clips.
Yes. And we also edit each other. Like, stop it. It's too long. I'm tired. I'm bored.
I will say, for example, the good news clip.
Yes.
I generally cut out 45 seconds to a minute of each one of these in such a way that it's better.
Yes,
shorter
of course.
is better.
Shorter is always better. I mean, most of our clips, I think we have an unwritten rule. Over 1:30, it better be really good. 1 minute 30 that's really max length. Wouldn't you say?
No.
1 minute is it more your
my max length is 2 minutes.
Oh, see, I find that to be long. I try to do 1:30.
I'm looking at my clip list here. All my clips today are the longest is 1:42.
Yeah, well, that's good. That 1:42 is acceptable because we know we got to keep it snappy.
I got a lot of 1:15s. I got 50 seconds. And here's a 50-second clip right here, ready to go. This is my Gaza report with Jake Sullivan to the rescue.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is visiting Saudi Arabia and Israel this weekend to discuss the war in Gaza. NPR's Daniel Estrin has more from Tel Aviv.
Sullivan is meeting Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and then meeting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. The U.S. has been trying to advance a deal with Saudi Arabia to open formal relations with Israel. That has been complicated by Israel's unwillingness to end the offensive in Gaza and its opposition to an independent Palestinian state. The U.S. has also been discussing a defense treaty with Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Sullivan will also discuss Israel's plans in Rafah in southern Gaza. Israeli troops entered eastern Rafah this month, causing more than 500,000 Palestinians to flee. The U.S. is opposed to Israel expanding the Rafah offensive because it would uproot even more Palestinians.
I like the Rafah. I have a couple of clips.
So Jake Sullivan is the president of the United States.
Well, yes,
so they sent him finally.
Of course, he's a fine-looking man. He has presidential stature, that Jake Sullivan.
Couldn't be more of a creep.
So, so it's not going very well. 3 more hostages turned up dead. And this is kind of a weird report because it has 3 dead hostages, pictures posted everywhere. The pier is done, and Biden is pandering to the blacks.
NSC's John Kirby joined the White House briefing to discuss the latest in the war in Gaza, with news Israel recovered the bodies of 3 hostages killed by Hamas.
It's just horrible news, and our hearts go out to the families.
Kirby also gave an update to the humanitarian aid making its way into the war zone from the newly completed floating pier built by U.S. troops.
And here you can see trucks just today.
Today alone, he says 300 pallets were carried across. Trucks filled with food, water, hygiene kits, medical supplies, and even plastic sheeting for shelters.
Today was just the start. It was the first day. There's still work that has to be done to reach what we call initial operating capability. But we hope to be able to increase the number of pallets that get in over the coming days.
It comes as the commander-in-chief.
I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP.
Delivered remarks to the National Museum of African American History and Culture Friday.
And Black history is
I love how they do this. The dead hostages, everything's a mess, and I'm a member of the NAACP.
And Culture Friday.
And Black history is American history.
His speech comes as polls show black voters increasingly frustrated by what they regard as inaction on their top priorities. Many say they're turned off by the Biden administration's handling of the economy in the Israel-Hamas war, with his visit marking the 70th anniversary of Brown v. Board of Education's Supreme Court case.
70 years ago, when the Supreme Court ruled in Brown versus the Board of Education that racial segregation in public schools is unconstitutional.
I was there.
A prayer was answered.
There's a refresher.
A long struggle for freedom.
Now, Biden will deliver the commencement speech at Morehouse College this weekend and then give remarks at an NAACP dinner in Detroit.
So that was weird that they packaged that up, but okay. But the real news coming today out of is Israel is the government is splitting apart. Got a problem. Bibi's got issues.
This is a sign that if by June the 8th there isn't a change in Israeli policy, a change in the way this war is run, particularly a commitment to make a bigger effort to release the hostages, a plan for the day after in Gaza, and that day after to include normalization of relations with Saudi Arabia down the road. If all of that doesn't happen, then I think this is the beginning of the end of the cooperation between the two. Benny Gantz and his party came into the government almost as soon as the war began because they could see there was not enough military experience in that cabinet, and they bolstered Netanyahu. But what he says now, what Benny Gantz says now, is decisions are not being made for defense reasons. They're being made for personal reasons or political reasons, being prioritized over national reasons. So he explained all that to the Israeli public. Then he looked into the camera and said, I'm looking straight at you, Benjamin Netanyahu. We worked together for many, many years. You were always a patriot. Are you still a patriot? You know what decisions have to be made. You're not making them. It's crunch time. Will you make the right decision? And just as I was coming on air, so some 5 or 6 minutes ago, we heard a quick response, a glib response, if you like, from Netanyahu. But the answer seems to be no. He says this is just a euphemism for the end of the war and the defeat of the state of Israel and the failure to return any hostages. So all of that, a very dramatic day in Israeli politics, and perhaps Netanyahu's answer will mean that Benny Gantz and his party will leave this government more quickly.
So I have a similar clip. This is the Israel update.
Hold on a second. From PBS, Elitist Voices.
Tonight, there is turmoil within Israel's government. Benny Gantz, a centrist in Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet, is threatening to quit if the government does not adopt a new plan for the war in Gaza by June 8th. It comes as a ceasefire deal remains elusive, and no new hostages have been released since November. And earlier today, Israeli airstrikes fell in northern Gaza, toppling buildings in Jabalia, the largest of Gaza's refugee camps, killing 15 and wounding dozens more. Meanwhile, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is in Saudi Arabia tonight to discuss the war with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He travels to Israel tomorrow.
Now, do you think MBS can do something? Is there...
No, I don't know what the deal is here. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, none of those... Okay, what I've heard from my insiders on the field is that all these nations around the region, including Syria, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, they're sick of this nonsense. They also don't want the Palestinians, but they're sick of it. Everybody wants a two-state solution, except Israel. Everybody wants this, and
they want to stick Israel with the problem.
Yes, and Israel, if they keep going, they will not be our biggest ally. I think that's going to end. Of course, we know that's not possible because the Zionists control our government, apparently.
And the media. Somehow.
Yes.
They do I have to say, they do a crappy job of it.
They really do.
The media is against them. How's that work?
Meanwhile, the protests have spread to Amsterdam, and what you will not see, because we only have the audio, is the students of the UvA, the Vrije Universiteit van Amsterdam, the Free University of Amsterdam, have blockaded the canal. I mean, with
Right, Dangerous Dave, you're live. So anyway, I wrote it down because I would forget. Multiculti expanding, because we were talking about our experiences in parts of Scotland, man. Right? So, me and my mate Dangerous Dave was touched base with Scumbernauld in our life. We're both in different areas now. Mine probably more, or mine's more fucking Gotham City than his, that's for fucking sure. He still get milkmen with milk bottles and all that, I'm sure. And they all skip down they all wear school uniforms and hold hands skipping down the streets going to school.
All that shit, doing the mines and all that shit.
Right, I mean, all the guys get their fucking their bridies and their pasties in the morning. Hi ho. No, but we were actually, mate, that's why I wanted to fucking actually turn this on, because that was a great chat. Right, so what we talk...
Tribalism and all that, and the effect that multiculturalism expanding out into these urban areas where people have been used to a certain way of living for so long, and now it's not through their choice, right? I just see people that were maybe more racist in the start, or didn't have the thoughts or whatever. I just feel that the moves that the powers that be are making are forcing, are stirring a hatred up people that shouldn't be getting stirred up, you know what I mean? It's like through on them, it's no what.
Aye, it's out with their control.
Small waves, it's like happening in big fucking, you know what I mean? So,
no, I get what you're saying, mate.
You can understand why people
you
are like getting their backs up, you know what I mean?
Mate, you've nailed it already, man. As I try to figure out how to get... Anyway, but mate, fucking hell, spot on, man. Right, hold on, fuck it. Aye, it's almost like there's like some cunt there winding every cunt up behind the scenes, and deliberately so, because the things that are happening to your average Tom, Dick and Harry, the reactions that are happening are very predictable, some would argue, and that is...
It's not just that, it's like a mixture of different mindsets, you know what I mean? It's like certain people in their culture and where they're from might get away with a certain way of living. Might be able to punish people in a certain way that wouldn't they would stand for it in places like this, you know what I mean? The way they might treat women, for instance, you know what I mean? And it being portrayed to them, like their countries are like a free-for-all fucking satanic fucking heaven, you know what I mean? And you'll get away with all your debauchery in their land, you know what I mean? That's the way the media is portrayed their fucking, I believe, their countries, and I feel these people were coming out here we different mindsets, and that's how I believe a lot of your women have been at risk. Believe it or not, mate, there's a lot, whether it's tough to hear or whatever, a lot of people around about here don't let their kids out the gate anymore. They don't allow them out the gate to go and play with friends anymore. Because there's that many fucking scares happening with folk trying to take folks' wings.
Right.
Yeah. I watched a video here, and it was in that part of Scotland last week, and this guy wasn't brown, he was Polish, and he was trying to take this woman's way, and if it wasn't for a man in the car park seeing this woman being distressed and holding her, that woman was panicking because there was one alone.
Right, was that family? Was it family stuff, or was that a pedo on the hunt?
The guy did not, the woman didn't know who he was. The woman did not have a clue who the guy was.
Oh, what the was the woman Polish?
It's just because he's Polish, you can have every Polish person acts like that. But there's a communication barrier. You know what I mean? It's that in the videos of Asian men approaching people and fucking doing the same things. There's videos going viral with this stuff, Craig. I get showed them, mate. It's no stuff I go looking for. I get showed them off the other ones, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, they're actually trying that in broad daylight. You know what I mean?
Alan, like, I would far from ever suggest you're making stuff up or any of that kind of stuff, man, right? The question I'm begging to answer is what's happening to, if not...
mindsets, mate. The government pushing too many mindsets and cultures together, and they're going to clash. They're going to clash, sadly. They're going to clash at some point. There's going to be something's got to give it.
Well,
something's going to give it, mate.
Is what we're witnessing kind of like the advent of the interwebs, whereas like if somebody wanted to, it's now more easier to project that as a thing, a fear, an X, Y, or Z than it ever has been. And I'll give you an example. It's like I'm pretty sure you would agree, man, that a lot of fucking folk, you can kind of make stats say what you want them to say. You can take them in and out of context. You can ask the right questions. You can go to the right demographics. Yada, 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 yada. These stats and fucking polls and everything that we are subjected to, by the way, take part in the poll. They can all be kind of swayed and manipulated to curry our favour one way or the other. So, right now, we're staying in a period where everybody's got... Like, I've got a smartphone and I'm addicted to my smartphone and the desktop. The desktop more than the smartphone because I've got shite eyeballs and I need fucking things turned up to the max on my desktop. But that aside, that's my addiction. I'm fucking hitting fucking 43 soon, man. I'm an old bastard. So these young dungs, man, that know nothing different, literally nothing different other than having that there. Everybody's grown up different. It's changed the human psyche. And see, right now, it's like everything can change in a second. So these, like, sort of social medias and all that. So what I'm saying, mate, is it's like...
I understand what you're saying. The younger ones are more accepting of what's happening.
No, it's no that, mate. What I'm trying to say is it's easier for everybody, cunts or non-cunts, or people who are cunts but don't think they're cunts, or people who think they're cunts and none cunts, if you get me, to get inside your schnoggin right now. Whether it's to party for your money, whether it's to get a blowjob, whether it's to get a reach around, whether it's to be yada, 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 a sub, a subscribe, a hit, a click. It's easier now to get in somebody's head. And you were sitting there telling me about, like, I'm watching, I've seen this video of this, I've seen that video of that, and there's no denying it. Like, the vast majority of these videos are real. Why? Because they don't have to be fake. Because that shit happens in the world. Because the world is such a bigger place than any of us can comprehend.
But let's look at this sense, right? Maybe that is the world and that goes on, right? But there was a utopic time, Craig, where people speak about leaving their front doors open.
The Garden of Eden! The Garden of Eden, mate! I would fuck Eve. I would fuck Eve.
Speak about the times, mate, you could leave your front door open. You fired a piece of jam into your rooms in the morning and you never seen them at dinner time, but you knew they were coming home safe at night.
No, hold on.
It's a fucking terror.
No, hold on.
Fucking let their names out the front gate nowadays.
Hold on, mate. You didn't fire a piece of jam into your Waynesmouth. You threw your piece of jam off a 20-storey flat.
You're going to be a fucking slingshot, mate. And you fucking beating them out the front gate.
No, what song am I thinking about? You can't fling your pieces off a 20-storey flat. No. 20 hungry kids will testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or chilli. Oh, fucking hell. There's the brainwashing from my Scottish culture in fucking primary school. That and Kumbaya, my lord.
Back in your days, yours was fucking Maggie Murphy.
Oh, mate.
You would get men in white vans, you would get fucking... Parents are fucking terrified.
Oh, no doubt.
It's not the men that are terrified, it's the parents that are fucking terrified.
Right, Alan, here's my point, right? My point is there's no... Is the world going to shit? Or is it just this... No, but like, hear me out. Is the world going to shit, or do we now stay in a world where it's easy for the people who like the world being in shit to project that shit into every cunt's minds? In the sense that back in the day, the only paedophiles and beasts you would hear about were the ones that happened in your neighbourhood, right? I can even remember back in, the good old days, mate, in Scumbernauld. I can remember, what was his, Jake the Snake? Oh, no, Jake the Snake, that was a wrestler. Oh, Jake the Beast or something. Right, but there was graffiti everywhere. Right, and this was obviously some cunt that fucking, the local community had fucking deemed...
Listen, mate, I get you, mate, they're in every corner, right, but seeing nowadays, see the exposure on the dirty bastards, that would actually be... That would be forgotten, mate, you know what I mean? But I reckon, see, if it was just based on ours, how can I say it? See, if we had to be in control of ours, what the fuck am I looking for?
Police ourselves.
See if it was just in control of our culture. I reckon we would have eradicated that. That would be getting eradicated to a certain extent because of exposure to the internet and what's happening to these dirty bastards are not getting away with it anymore. They're all might stick up for them and try and give them fucking labelled names like minor attractive people or some fucking mate, they're dirty wrongings, right? And that is the thing. But I reckon if we stayed on the right path, we would have been able to bleed that out. But see, when you get other cultures coming with that and a mindset that hopefully you go to where you are, to understand what's right and wrong, but you're bringing more people in that are more advanced and you're trying to bring in. You're just a big super fucking shite, mate. You're never going to get control of it. Because I reckon if you were to control it, people would have been monitored and dealt with better and fucking got done better.
Do you not think it's meant to...
Dodgy politicians, mate, they're getting exposed and all that and wrongdoings in the past. See the politicians in 20, 30 years, mate, they're going to be the cleanest cunts ever, I reckon.
No, mate.
The wrongdoings, they're fucking... That's all going to get
Alan,
fucking changed at some point.
Alan, we stay in such a small bubble, right? See what you're saying there, man, about all the dirty politicians and all that, mate? This is nothing new. And I'm talking about in fucking antiquity, if I can even say it right, thousands of years ago. The exact same shit was happening, even although back then, all the little boys that were fucking were called their concubines or something. They had names for their whores and all the sexual debauchery. Nothing's got better. Nothing's much changed. It's got a bit better.
has changed, but the exposure's there. There's no exposure. When the kids were 213, it was like kids should have been seen and not heard. That was the old saying back in the day, mate. It was kids should be seen and not heard. Kids were afraid to speak up about these kind of things. It's a different world we're in now. It's the internet. It's the age of technology, mate. These cunts are getting exposed right, left and centre. That's why I'm trying to say that I see the system, as in the system, having no choice but to some point clean its fucking act up. Mate, but the age of exposure, the cunts are all going to get exposed for their wrongdoings, mate. So people that are going to be do you not think so? The people that are going to be wanting places of power are going to keep their noses clean.
I'll give you two examples which are very fresh as to how accountable all these arseholes are going to be if the institutions themselves don't change. That fucking post office pish and the infected blood stuff. Now, nobody's getting held accountable. What's happening is they're throwing a bagload of money at it to all the motherfucking stupid slaves that were fucking affected by it, and then maybe a couple of martyrs to throw in the fucking bonfire. That's exactly what's happening now, mate. So, like, I would love to think that would happen, buddy, but when you look around you, after, let's even go to the Jimmy Savile thing, Sir Keir Starmer moving that to the side, these two recent ones, and look what happened on these recent two ones. Look what happened. Infected blood deliberately for fucking experiments given to cunts. Over 30,000, not just a wee hunter, not just a wee thing there, not a wee thing there, given to cunts. 30,000 plus. 30,000 fucking plus. The Jimmy Savile thing, right? Let's not even talk about that. Well, everybody's went over that. And then, what was the other one I was talking about? The post office fucking thing. When fucking because remember, people think the post office now it's just like fucking Starbucks. Post office was one of the biggest and most respected institutions back in the day. It done everything, the gyro checks. I mean, it was really a high up respected, powerful institution. And then it came out today, the wee stupid pea-head fucking bitch giving her fucking crying in the fucking thing, mate, was up for Bishop. She's a little fucking god botherer. So her and her circle of Christian pals who are all in a wee Christian circle, you can just go and look at them all, man. If you want a definition of WASP, go and check them all out. And that is where the cover-up happened, because they were all pals with other loyalties. So, I've even forgot my point, mate. But that's two examples. I've got no faith in the system sorting itself out, mate. The system will never correct itself. It's a snake that's eating itself. It will never self-correct. It will constantly eat.
It will eat itself that much that it's going to change. That's what I'm asking.
Say it again, bud.
Do you not think that the snake will swallow itself that much that there's no option to change the system, mate?
Well, it's happened before. It's called revolution, and then when it's happened, the people who take over it learn from how revolution happened before. The last revolution I watched happening live was Maidan, and unless you've got those abilities, mate, there is no revolution. Well, in fact, hold on. Old school.
I'm not talking about my fighting anyway. I'm talking about maybe in the age of technology. And I'm talking about everything that I'm talking about here is mainly I'm talking about the age of technology, where we put it this way. They could spin us any yarn back in the past and tell us they were going to war for any reason, and there would have been no question of it. Would have been like, this fucking queen and country would do this shit. Now we're getting, there's more chance of the people are more awake because we've got a lot of things that we can go and look at on the internet, right? So that people can't be taken for fools as easy as they usually could be took from the past. So what I'm talking about in that sense, could the system will be forced to be changed? Because I mean, like, I hate even bringing up this scenario, right? But nosy fucking politicians, do you not think in the next 30, 40 years that all this kind of stuff will not be happening anymore because they know the exposure on them is very high than what it used to be in the past? I mean, there's one section getting cleaned up, then we go to the corruption side of things. You know what I mean? Like the post office, the blood things. That exposed now. So do you not think the system's now looking at this and going, right, everything needs to change here, man. If we don't clean up this fucking act, it's got to go mega. So, talking about the necessity of the technology age, do you not think that could force things to maybe change?
I live in hope, mate. I live in hope, right? But here...
Do you think they'll switch the
No, I don't even think that will happen, mate. I just think I heard a saying the other day that history does need repeat, but it rhymes. But also, like, if you take it even in a longer scale, I would argue not only does points in history not repeat, but they rhyme, very similar in a sense. But there's also like there's the start of the world, and there's just this constant rhythmic ripples that are constant, the ups and the downs. And what I'm saying in a sense, mate, me and you are sitting here thinking we're the smartest pricks ever put on this fucking planet. Here, kettle, boom. TV, boom. And the people that are going to be here, mate, the dudes in the 60s were saying the exact same shit as us. All the hippie fucking Jesus sandal wearing motherfuckers were all sitting fucking like, hey man, we're going to have peace forever and all that kind of shit. And mate, me and you in the early days of the Truther movement, that's what that was all about, man. That's how they gravitated a lot of us in. Peace, love and fucking harmony and every kumbaya, motherfuckers. Alan, I'm going to hang up on you to phone you back. Right, it'll be a straight phone back. It's just going to make things better. I don't know if I can hang up on you, man. Let me see if I can do it. Shit, have I done that? No, haven't I? Why the fuck can I not do this? There we go. Why the fuck is that now? Yeah. My phone's broke on me. Right. Shut everything down. Alan, what the fuck have we done? Oh no, there we go. Found it. Fucking found it. Right, because this is going to be better for all. Yeah, that's all good. Yo, Dangerous Dave. It's alright, Dangerous. People are only seeing the chat room. Not your big, sexy nugget. Oh, mate, I don't know if you clocked it right. I know you're not the biggest sports fan, right? But I seen it on it because it was getting reported on the international news and it was like basketball, right? The long short of it, there's a team in America called the Nuggets.
The Nuggets?
The Nuggets, mate. How offensive is that? Imagine a team in the fucking Glasgow game called the Nuggets. My God, man. There would be a fucking
Don't tell me it's like cunts in a wheelchair with no arms trying to play basketball and all that.
No, but it should be. No, mate. This was Mate, I'm not joking you, by the way. It was like a genuine bona fide team doing well. Fucking, it was a genuine bona fide team doing well in the basketball. So that's the NBA. They were getting... Americans don't have sport in my book.
What do you think of the Usyk and Tyson fight?
Well, you're the boxing expert. Right, hold on, right. You're the boxing expert, so I'm going to shout out my shit first, right? Because then you can tell me where I'm wrong, because that's going to be about the... Hold on, I need to click buttons and I'm getting confused here. I don't want to push the wrong one. Wait, what am I wanting? I'm wanting that one. Right, so...
You talk away, mate. I'm just muting it.
I thought fucking Big Tyson would have battled his cunt in, but he obviously didn't. Right, this is what I want to see. Can I move that way? I can't. Anyway, everybody in the chat, this has just turned out different. This was a test for the screen, which is worked out alright. No, hold on. Is it fucked up again? Why is it fucked up again? What the fuck? Oh, right. That's because that's no that. This is the screen. There we go, right. There we go. Dangerous Dave is back in the room.
Aye, I thought more like... See, I've got to kind of a...
Alright, do you want me to spew my shit, right, before, because you're more into your boxing than I am, bud, so... Right, I think Tyson Fury... I think... I would love to think... I'll give you the man's answer instead of my frilly knicker answer. Boxing, to its degradatory, is moving towards more fucking WWF than boxing, I think. When you hear all the stories coming out for a lot of the top-notch fights, you realise there's so much money and corruption involved. It's unfucking true. Never to mind all the other shenanigans. So it's a great circus. Certainly wasn't a sport. Because you'll know yourself, mate. You meet real boxers in real life, and they just understand it isn't a sport. It's not who best wins. It's best frilly dress, best gangster rep, best promoter, best this, best that. You know, it really is. It really is. It's not top the top rises today. But with regards to that fight, it looks to me, here's something that came out. There was already a rematch clause. So I don't know if they can pull out of it, but there was already a rematch clause, and I don't know much about boxing, which made me think, right, well, what's Tyson Fury going to win more money out of? Knocking fuck out of that cunt, putting him at the ground and just going, hey, or, oh, I'm not the undisputed, letting him take all the titles and then fucking rattling him a couple of months down the line.
Think as well, mate, a lot of the biggest fighters in the world, right? See if Tyson Fury didn't come back for getting beat here, then you can't call him the greatest boxer of all time. Because even Muhammad Ali took defeats in his boxing career, but he still come back and rectified them and then retired. He didn't retire. He wasn't retired. Well, did he? I can't mind. Hold on, I need to correct that. But it doesn't matter. They always came back and rectified their doing. Whereas Tyson, they know each and every single one of these fights is bringing them in mega bucks, mate.
Exactly.
It's a given. It's a given. Tyson's naming his figure before he's even... Why do you think they're fighting there in the Middle East? Because they're getting what they want.
Can I ask you this question, right? And be as honest as you can, mate, right? Because I know my fucking answer, right? You're a professional boxer. You've got two options here, right? You fight for glory and win 20 million. Or you might take a fall and a half and earn fucking 50, 60 million. What you going to do, you know what I mean? And those numbers are fucking probably small potatoes for what these cunts are walking away with, to be honest.
I reckon they're making purses about 40 million a fight each.
Would you fix it? Well, basically, what I'm asking you, mate, would you fix a fight? If you were in a fight, would you take a dive or would you be involved in fixing? Be honest.
What the fuck, mate?
I would, man.
No, and I mean that, no,
mate.
because I'm a big morally intact motherfucker, right? But at the same time,
then you've got 20 bags of fucking £1 million
at the end of the day,
bars.
Mate, if you want to be the best of all time, you're going to go in there and try and win every time, right? So this is where I'll put it down. Hey, look, there's a guy that went in the ring with fucking Tyson Fury, his last fight, no, that one, the one before it, Francis Ngannou. He was a heavyweight champion UFC fighter. Mainly, he's gifted at the boxing kind of a style of fighting, you know what I mean? But he wasn't a boxer. So he go fighting Tyson Fury. He's new, the guy's now a professional boxer. He's jumped into the Boxing Federation and he's doing it that way now. But anyway, he stumbled Big Tyson, put Tyson in his arse, you know what I mean? And this was a guy that was not even a fucking boxer. So that kind of shook the boxing world. So it's like, if it was going to be a fix, I don't know, mate. I get your... mate, do you know what I think the fix is? I think the fix is in the money they make. Because no matter if they win or no, they're still getting a great purse. They've always got a fucking a rematch clause. You know what I mean? So even if Tyson fights Usyk again and Tyson beats Usyk, there'll be another fucking clause. They'll need to fight again a third time, so it'll be best out of 3. And each time they fights happen, mate, they're pocketing 40 million or something.
Alan, Dangerous Dave, I know that you were out the same vagina as me, man, right? So we've had the same experiences growing up. So I'm going to argue, stab in the dark, there was a point in your life that you were into the WWF and even kind of questioned whether it was real or not. And then, as you grow up and mature, you understand that, no, hold on, this is all scripted, and they script it really well to create as much controversy and I would even argue Tyson Fury's acting like a twat and heater in that cunt was like kind of scripted.
Oh, hi, mate. It all brings the attention to the game. It all brings the fucking, what do you call that saying? It all brings the monkeys to the yard or something. I don't know what the fucking saying is.
I get you, man. I'm more inclined to believe that than the wee cunt get so heated up that you had to heat or some cunt.
Mate, look at Conor McGregor. Look at what Conor McGregor did for UFC. I don't think UFC would be as popular in the world if it was there for the likes of Conor McGregor marketing that for fucking sport. Mate, you know what I mean? He done wonders for the sport. And the same as these Logan brothers, right? They're not even boxers, they were YouTubers. But the attention they two boys have brought back to the sport of boxing and the millions of pounds it's generated for boxing again to get boxing up and running, hat off to the two fucking boys, you know what I mean? They might be ignoramuses, you know what I mean, and a bit hard to cope with, but mate, I like the sport of boxing and they have brought attention back to it. And with Big Tyson and all, I was wanting Tyson to get leathered off it. Well, I thought Usyk was going to beat him anyway. But see, because of the antics of old John Fury getting the heat butt and just Tyson's approach recently, man, the past year or two, he's been starting to irritate my tits, right? So I've been like, nah, I want this big guy knocked down a peg or two. So I thought at the start of the fight, I was twittering. I says to my son, I was like, Usyk doesn't like to get punched in the body. And I've seen Big
Did Anthony you say Joshua, the body or Bobby?
The body, right? So Anthony Joshua hurt him a good punch in the body that I seen, and I seen him no liking it. Like he bent over, he was in pain, and I'm like, oh, there's Usyk's weak spot. Right. So I'm thinking Tyson, he's too big, and he would be more fighting for the outside. So how's he going to land on the body as much, right? But throughout the fight, I did see him land body shots, and I seen Usyk no liking the body shots. So that is his weakness, right? And Tyson was doing well, putting the hands behind his back, teasing him. He was in control of the fight, mate. He was fighting really well. But then Usyk got lucky in the 9th round. And, well, he did have a couple of good rounds as well, but he got lucky in the 9th round and he punched Tyson off of every rope. He just gets saved by the bell because I think he was getting counted out as a knockout.
Oh, I clocked that bit when he was like falling back into the ropes, mate. He stayed in his feet, didn't he, though? But Josh...
He stayed in his feet, but he gets saved by the bell, mate. But he was landing the body shots that I wasn't expecting him to land, right? And see all that wee bit of hatred in me that I was starting to develop for Tyson. See, as soon as Usyk got the better of him in the 9th round, something changed in me, mate. And I'm like, right, Tyson, it was as if, right, I've seen you punished enough. I started roaring to the screen. Right, Tyson, kick his cunt in, man. Fucking leather him. That's it. You've been punished enough. You know what I mean? I started getting hyper as fuck. But
mate, you know what?
It's drama for men, isn't it?
You know I watched from the outside, but what you're saying there, what turned the tide, in my opinion, not public opinion, in Tyson for me, was his dad being a prick. And it all kind of stemmed for that, you know, like, I believe a lot of boxing's set up, if not completely all fucking scripted, right? But for Tyson to do what he's doing, and then with his dad, and then doing this WWF stuff, it's confused the genres, and him being who he is and doing that WWF shit. I think that was disrespectful to boxing, because for me it outs them for what it is. To be honest, mate.
Look at it. Logan Paul, they guys are mega rich. They Paul brothers have got money.
They've broke the mold,
Logan Paul need to be in the wrestling for? They cunts are getting paid a fucking fortune for that, mate. It's a wage packet. It's the way of the world, mate. So if they're going to offer fucking Tyson 10 million or 5 million just for an appearance, that's a wage, mate. Come on, fuck. Any agent phoned me up and says, right, you're going out there and you're going to do this for a couple of hours and your wage packet's 500,000.
Yeah, you're all in, man.
You're already doing it, mate. It's your wages. It's the bread on the table, mate. That's the way the world works.
Aye, damn tootin', buddy. No,
it's usually a wee Jew at the top, you know what I mean? But it's how the world works.
Yeah, mate, I'm in 100% agreement, man. I can do that. Oh no, I can't do that.
What is it?
I'm trying to figure out how to put on a... Alright, I can figure it. I just need to go dark on our call and then try to figure out how to put a... remember we were talking earlier on about the camera only, but we do one thing at one time. You want to go on camera and show your big sexy Christian cross off? Yeah, KKK member. Right now he's pretty much burning his Christian cross. Do you know what, buddy? Like I'd never heard about that kind of top. But see, next time I see it, man, I'll be like, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And
I get some funny looks, mate, when I give it wearing it. You know what I mean? It's like,
I love stuff that makes people look at you if you've got 10 heads, because you're like, and what? Ask me a question. Come on, dare you?
What's your thoughts on usury?
My thoughts?
Yeah, I remember you asked a wee Jewish woman in Glasgow that question. You're like, what's your thoughts on usury? And she's like, I find that pretty anti-Semitic.
Oh, fuck me. I remember you telling me that, and I still can't recall the actual fucking doing it.
Mate, that was like one of your fucking YouTube funny moments, man. Your reaction to that was fucking hilarious.
How did I say to her? Hopefully I didn't beat her up or anything.
And how do you think it's usury? What makes it anti-Semitic to ask a question if what's your thoughts on usury and all the rest of it? And that's what's wrong with the world and things like that. You were gainer, mate. It was fucking funny. I just know how long I've followed you, mate. That was about 15 years ago.
Oh, man. Fuck it. I was... Well, people that watch me now think I'm tuned to the moon, man.
Mate, you only asked a fucking question, but...
Oh, I know, but... like, see, right now...
Well, let's analyse that question you asked 15 years ago. Can I ask you, because I don't understand, right? What was anti-Semitic about you asking a Jewish person that question?
Sweet Fanny Adams, mate. Unless, right, did she look like a Jew McJewstein?
No, you didn't know that she was a Jew.
I don't think I would have asked somebody that was openly Jewish that, because I could see how that could be interpreted, and I wouldn't have gave anybody ammunition.
You know that she was Jewish, mate. You were just asking people their thoughts on usury.
Oh,
and
right.
then she claimed to be Jewish, and then she says that she found your question rather anti-Semitic.
So I'm out there on a innocent mate. Honestly, like it's so I'm out there on an banking tip, and then I've by coincidence bounced into a fucking Jewish woman in Glasgow and asked her about usury, and she might have thought I fucking hunted her down for fucking Jerusalem. And pure followed her over.
Just being your man talk to folk in the street.
Mate, this is the thing. It's a conclusion I came to a long time ago, which makes me capable of saying stuff which upsets people and continues to upset people. But fuck it, which is like, I know I'm innocent because like I'm not here to virtue signal, so I'm not going to do it. And I certainly ain't going to. I'm not going to sit here and apologise for being X, Y, or Z because I know I'm no that. Racism, explain to me what it is, and then I'll tell you whether I think I am or not. Every explanation I get offered up, I know I'm not. Anti-Semitic, don't make me fucking laugh. Because I've got a foreskin, you cunt. Fuckies. And asking genuine questions about how fucked up the banking fucking system is. And then, like, understanding as well as there's lots of little parties for lots of little reasons, religious, non-religious, geopolitical, all ideological, religious, fucking all sorts of retardation little groups out there willing to suck you in and make you think that you have seen the baby Jesus, you have seen the God, when ultimately you're just an innocent little idiot fucking thinking that you've cracked the code.
Aye.
Oh shit, Alan, look, I've cracked the code, and Alan has said, and fucking Dangerous Dave's turning his camera off.
Not at all, I'm just looking at something in it. I'm still here.
Alright, that's alright, man. Mate, I told you not to look at my dick pics fucking live. Anyway, who is still listening? Doberman GG Chug. Nice to see you, Chug. You must be a night owl. Tune in the mornings, UK Middle Earth time, for daily politics. It's fun sometimes, man. And, I dare say it, educational. Temnu. Have you tried Temnu at Dan? Right. Please somebody tell me if somebody's coming in, man. Is this a Chinese bot in here to shill for Temnu? Although I have bought some stuff off of Temnu. Oh, what's happening here? You alright, bud?
Is that me back?
It is right, but somehow no. Alright, aye. It is. Mate, you look lovely and sexy and at a good camera angle. Do you want to put your mug on?
No, you're alright.
No, right, okay. He's not put his makeup on.
I don't want any chugging.
Aye, mate, because you know you'll get fucking sex texts, you'll get Bobby pictures after.
He got excited and all that and get the butter out and that and rub it on his chest.
Aye. You showed me the pictures the last time you seen you on camera. It's all good, bud. I get it.
I'm only kidding, mate.
No, I get
no, but I'm actually going to call it a night, mate, and get up to my fucking bed. I've got the way to take to work in the morning.
Right, remember, mate, did I tell you about that? There's a thing I'm watching the new, man. Well, watched. I hope they bring out a new series. It's called Kin.
Right.
No, it's Irish. So, you know, I think it's a Scots-Irish, Ulster-Scots word. You know, like he's your kin.
Aye.
So it's called KIN.
What's it on?
It's on RTE, which is it's on Netflix, but initially it was on like Ireland's BBC One.
Right.
But oh man, it's really good, mate. It's just like Irish. It's like Irish gangsters bouncing about doing shit. It's all good fun. It's got the guy for Game of Thrones in it, and it's got this other big beard. Oh, it's got a really good cast, man.
Right.
And it's kind of like it's gangstery, fucking and being Irish, it's closer to home than others. You know, they say, "Man, dad, what is it?"
I watched one no long ago with big Liam Neeson that was in it, and he was like a hitman, and kind of all the bodies that he'd buried, killed. He was burying them and planting a tree on them. And it ended up, let's see, with the amount of bodies that he'd buried, he'd like he created like a forest, mate. You know what I mean, with the amount of trees that were growing.
Well, mate, seeing this thing I'm talking to you about, this is the cracking part they get into is like, take the boy out for his hole, man. He's 17. So like, you know, like you don't like, you and me know that he's getting his fucking hole, you know, that's completely like our shared Gaelic language heritage, man. So it's really. Then they've got, let me think, I think it was, were you a fan of Game of Thrones?
Nah, mate, it was a fuck, man, that's too geeky for me, man.
There was the what do you call it when eunuch? I'm pretty sure. No, I'm getting mixed up. Smallfinger. He was called Smallfinger, I think. But anyway, and he was a big. So he done really well in Game of Thrones. Yeah, but he's got a shite Irish accent in this. One of the main lead woman has a big fucking birthmark on her eyelid, which is kind of unique. You know, it's no. Mate, the weird thing is, right?
Everybody never fucking. You know, I think it was something about I put on because my brother had said to us, bro, it's good. Yeah, I watched it. I don't even think I get through the first 2 episodes, mate.
Well, either grabs you or doesn't he, man?
See, I'm merely a sci-fi geek. You know what I mean? I'm not one of the ones that you would see jumping about with a wooden sword, like having a fake battle. That's right, you know what I mean?
I know, I get you, man. So what is happening in the sci-fi fucking world, man?
What's happening in the sci-fi world, mate? There's fucking...
I was going to ask you, I heard something, right? Who was it?
You should listen to the new Joe Rogan. Who's that guy? Howard?
Marks?
No. Hold on, mate. Hold on, I get you this, man, because it was a really interesting listen, and it's really doing your alley, mate.
Oh, good. What was it about architecture and all that shit, or history?
No, about your life thing, the thing you've got in your chain. Hold on.
Oh, the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence and all that.
Aye, but mate, it's like easier explained when it's not that it's easier explained. It's like things that haven't been looked at, mate, and I just know it's right up. Terence Howard, he was a kind of an actor, a black actor.
Oh, make sure you share that with me, buddy, because that could be a wee podcast I could retell.
You'll love listening to it.
That's what I'm thinking, mate. I'm thinking I will.
I'll share it with you. It'll be something good for you to listen to, and it'll give you food for thought and all that shit, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of a right up your week, especially when you're into that Mickey Mouse thing that you were talking about.
No, hold on. You've seen it, the Mickey Mouse thing fucking demotes it, mate. It's the Mighty Mouse thing. No, I get you because it is Mickey. I get you, man. Oh shit, it is Donald Duck. Fuck's sake, you've even confused me about my own thing. It is the Donald Duck thing, mate, you're right.
Aye, it was a mathematics. Well, he's quite interesting, mate. How
Oh no, I love that stuff.
See, as soon as you see the guy's face, you'll be like, fuck, I've seen him in that, or I've seen him in this or that, you know what I mean? He has been in loads of movies, mate. But he's a clever cunt. On his spare time, mate, he's patented loads of ideas and technology and put his money to good use in a way, you know what I mean? He's not just stayed being an actor, he's funding a lot of research and trying to get folk to listen to him and things like that, mate. He's a clever cunt.
Sounds like a deep thinker, man. It's
funny, mate, clever cunts that's get an IQ of fucking 100, you know what I mean? But they're sitting at an average fucking 55 or something.
Do you know what, man?
Yeah, I think it's VW that does that, man. It's all doing that.
I was just trying to debate with myself there, mate, like whether it would be, well, I could always put on a delay, and I could pull it at any moment, but doing that...
Because I'm going to get up to my bed, I need to get fucking the wee man down to make his peace and that.
No, what I was meaning is, like, I was thinking whether it would be at some point, not tonight, at some point, do a live IQ test, right? But put a pure massive fucking delay on it, just in case that me spazzed out too much, you know, like, oh, you're as daft as a rat, fucking delete, you know, but I'm pretty sure I've done an IQ test in the past, and I was like at the upper lowers. I think it was in the medium, I think it was in the upper lowers. I'm pretty sure I've done that at some point, just out of curiosity, because you can get 1,000,001 of them online. Some of them might be more authentic than others.
As long as it's only 3-letter words to spell and all that, it'll be alright, you know what I mean?
No, mate, that's not what IQ tests are about.
Dog.
No, but IQ tests... No, IQ tests are the... Right, hold on, let me see if I can get an example of an IQ test question, right? Example... IQ test... question. Right, mate, we'll see if we can both answer this. Mensa I2. Right, these are ones straight for Mensa. Right, let's see if I can get... Oh, fuck. What number is missing from a sequence? 4, 9, that's double plus 1. Oh, shit, right. Right, hold on, my head. Oh, fuck me, man. Have you muted yourself, Alan? You talk to your boy?
No, I'm here. I'm listening to you reading the fucking question.
Oh, right, hold on. I'm trying to see if I can share this with you. Right, tell me, you fuck my arm, man. Share screen. No, hold on. Add people. Put on camera. Device setting. Why can I not share screens? I can't share screens. Right, so what do you think's missing for this number sequence? 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. The missing one, 64.
Mate, you were too quick for me.
Right, have you got a pen and paper? I'm going to see if I can figure this out. I know I can't. I've came up with a couple of theories, but none of them seem to be. If anybody in the chat can do this, let me see if I can share this. I think I might be able to share this. Oh, I can. So these are Mensa IQ questions. Alan, don't look in the chat before you answer it, man. I'm not going to cheat. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. The missing one, 64.
Right, go and read the book now again.
Right, so what's missing in the sequence, right? So you've got the number 4, 9, right. 4, 9,
right.
16, 25, 36. There's one missing. And then it's 64. And don't read the chat, because I just half fucking glanced and somebody, I think some cunt smart motherfucker got it and I can't, man. Right, so what is 94? It's double plus 1, isn't it? So what's 2 9s, 18? It's nothing to do with that. So is it... See, my head's gone already. Is it just add 5? No, hold on, right. 4 plus 9. 49 is adding 5. So that's plus 5. And then you're at 9016, which is plus 7. And then you go to 25, which is plus 9. It's plus 9, isn't it? 16 to 25 is plus 9.
It's 36. And it would be...
That would be plus 9 again, wouldn't it? No, that'd be plus 11.
49.
Did you read the fucking chat, you prick?
No, I didn't, buddy. Because each letter, it's like there's 49, so it's went up to 5. The next digit, it's gone up 7, so it's gone up 2.7 times. So 16 to 25, it's went up to 9. Then 25 to 36, it's went up to 11. Right, so the next one would be 13, a gap of 13, so it'd be 49 and 64. Is that right?
Do you know what, by the way? I would have got there in the end, but you got there quicker. Because I was on the right track. I didn't even realise it. I had no confidence in myself. I was on the right track. Plus 5, plus 7, plus 9, plus 11. Bushaka. Oh, fucking... Mate, we answered a fucking mate. Well, hold on. I'm only going on that the dumb bastards in the chat room had the right answer. And I'm going to have to turn that off. Well, hold on. Some are saying 47, some are saying 49.
I'm fucking mega chuffed with myself, man. That's like one of the best achievements I've ever made in my life, you know?
Mate, we've just...
Wins, you know what I mean?
Apart from fucking giving birth to a football team. And you're a dude.
Beat that, yeah.
Mate,
beat
that is impressive, by the way. That's fucking well cool. There's Gigi saying plus 2.
Wait till I tell my mammy tomorrow. I wonder if she'll be proud of me.
She won't believe you, mate. You can show the footage. It's fucking recorded live, man. Here's me fucking get Mensa on the phone, ma. Fucking get them on the blower now, ma. Right, so 49 plus 2 on the sequence. Right, so the first jump is 5, first jump is 7, the second jump is 9, 11, and then as Dangerous Dave said, it's 13, which makes it 49, and then you've got the next jump, which would make it 64, I do believe. If we...
I would be 15, a jump of 15.
Right, hold on, somebody's saying 47. Don't count. It's not all patterns. 47 say it. Calling an umpire. Somebody's calling an umpire, mate. We've got a fucking... Somebody wants an umpire in on this. Nah, I can see the logic. Plus 2 in the sequence. You know, 49 is plus 5. 90 16 is plus 7. So that's plus 2. 60 25 is plus 9. So it's... Again, it's plus 9, so it's up 2. And then 11 again would be 36. And then 36 plus 13 would be 49. And then you get 64. So I can see that. Oh, do you know what this is almost like study class for stoners. Oh, yeah, there's a good mate, there's a good fucking live stream.
It's like you've discovered the secret, innit?
Mate, there's a good live stream. Can you imagine doing a live stream called Stoners Do Mensa Questions? Mate, I'm not even joking. I would click on that shit.
The cunts that are sitting fucking Mensa fucking questions or stoners, man. They're smart asses. I'm going to start a Mensa test. You know what I mean? Going online. It's not stoners that do all these online fucking Mensa tests. Every other cunt's too busy working, you know what I mean? And earning a coin.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's try question number 2. You can participate at home. I'm going to try and... In fact, I'm going to move that bit over the comments because I genuinely don't want us to be spoiled by seeing the answers in the comments subliminally. So this is the second. Alan, have you got your pen and paper there? I'm going to wait for Alan to get back because I want to be better than him at this time.
I can't get you in the question. I was putting the kettle on.
No, it's alright, Mama. Oh, right, so the next question, I don't know if you can see it, right? It's a question, right? Members of Mensa are invited to an exclusive lecture and seminars and can attend local meetings and network events. What the fuck? Right, hold on. That's just me. That's just an advertisement that I'm reading it. That's not the question. Right, here. That's me, mate. That's me disqualified from Mensa straight away. That's me flung out of Mensa.
Yeah.
There's me thinking
You're
of
going
cracked.
to make a good Jeremy fucking Clarkson, man. I'll tell you that.
Here's the genuine question that's not a fucking Mensa advert from Business Insider. What 4-letter word, oh no, it's spelling and shit, can be attached to the beginning of the following words to form 5 longer words? Right. I know, right, I'll say it again because my head can't compute. Which 4-letter word, so we're looking for a 4-letter word, can be attached to the beginning of the words that I'm going to read out of the following words to form 5 longer words? Oh my God. Right, please tell me that isn't the answer that I've just read. No, I haven't just read the answer, by the way. I'm only going on the people in the chat room that answer that we got there is... hold on. Were you using a calculator there?
Oh, we're just calling my camera off.
So what 4-letter word can you attach to these words? Right, I'll give you the 4 words. Age, width, stand, wagon.
You're going too fast, in here, right?
Right. The first word is age. Second word is width.
What?
Width, as in the width of my penis. I would make a good fucking quizmaster.
I thought you were just saying width. What would?
No, width, as in like the width of the plank, the width of my cock, the width of the pitch. The third word is it. I've never. IT, cousin it, IT. The fourth word is stand. I'm never going to get this, man. My head's already pickled.
Stand?
The fourth word is stand, as in like stand up. And the last one, the fifth, is wagon.
Wagon? What, wagon wheel?
Oh, I think I've already got it! Please tell me this is right. Aye, as in wagon wheel. As in wagon wheel, aye, buddy. I think I've already got it.
So what have I to do with these words?
Right, so the answer, what 4-letter word, so you need to think of a 4-letter word can be attached to the beginning, so before these words that I've just gave out, which forms, to form 5 longer words. So what can you attach to all these? I've got it. I'm in Mensa. I have fucking got it. And I ain't reading the chat. I've got it. Mate, thank you. Just...
I'm not getting the understanding of these words.
Right. So see all those words that I wrote down? This is how I got it, easy peasy. I wrote them down and bullet points all under each other. And then you're looking for something you can attach to the front of them. Don't overcomplicate. What goes in the front of all of them? What goes in front of age? That goes in front of width? That goes in front of it? That goes in front of... Oh man, see now that I'm phoning Mensa in the morning. Alan, I swear to God, I've no even got the answers or anything here, man. I honestly got it with the last two.
It's because I'm not understanding what you're saying to me, mate.
Right, hold on. I need to try and share the screen with you, bud. How the add people? I don't need to add people. I just need to fucking share my fucking screen. Right, do you know what I'll do, bud? I'll take a screenshot of the question.
Right, wait. What word could I put at the front of each of these fucking words?
All right. I'm gonna show you how I done it. Right. Oh, you can't see my. Can you see the stream? I don't want to give you the answer, man.
No, don't bother. Just fucking.
Because you'll definitely get to see once you get one of them.
How long do you have to? In the average, do you have to answer a Mensa question? Is there a ticking fucking clock?
Fuck knows, man. As long as you can, as long as you don't come in the professor's mouth, I think it's like a bit, a bit like a fucking. Do 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 do. I'm very, mate. You were at it at the first one, but I'm so fucking proud of myself for getting that second one. I was like, that's words and all that. I'm never going to get that shit.
So wait a minute. So you're saying that these words here, there's a word that can be used. Like, so if I was using any of these words in a sentence, there's a word that could be used before them that would make sense.
Right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
There's a word that you can add to the beginning of all those words to make a complete word.
Oh, right, wait a minute.
Right.
I get what
so
you're talking
all you do is need to add a 4-letter word to the beginning of all of them, the same one, which makes a word that makes sense. So, do you know what I mean? One. Oh, mate, I'm terrible at holding my wish. I want to give you the answer so badly, but I guarantee you'll get there as soon as you get one. So put a word in front of any of the words that make sense. A word you can think of, and then compare it to the other ones and see if that's how I done it. I was like, right, I can put that in front of that, which makes sense. Does it make sense in front of the other words?
I've got it, mate. Band.
Oh! Did you get it? So
I was thinking sand, like sandwich, and I'm going sandwich. What the fuck's that?
Hey, so what's the words you've got? I'm holding my bit of paper up to prove that I'm no cheating.
Bandstand, bandwagon.
Aye, spot on, mate. Don't doubt yourself so much. You've got bandage, right, which you put on your fucking your which I need a bandage, and then you've got bandwidth. We all know what bandwidth is with our internets. You've got bandit. Some would say that you and me are bandits, and then you've got a bandstand, and then you've got bandwagon.
All right. Do you know what's been throwing me off? See, after width, I've went and put itch, ITCH. So that was bandit.
Right. Sorry, man.
Right, I've put ITCH. So that's been throwing me off with looking at it for a start. So it's bandit, bandwidth, bandwagon, bandstand.
Okay, Alan, I believe you. I don't, everybody. I believe you. Others wouldn't, Alan, I believe you. Right, let's Mensa up for this. Mate, we've cracked 2 Mensa questions. Hold on. Are we right in saying that? Let me look at the chat room. I'm honestly, hold on. I'm going to show my desktop to people at home. No, that doesn't prove nothing. That's the wrong one. What am I trying to fucking show? Well, I'm showing that. Right, this is what I'm seeing. Oh no, that doesn't make sense.
I don't see fuck all.
I know. That's why I was asking if you could go on camera, then we could all be in it together, and I could share screens and all that, man. But it's just because, mate.
Just read away. Read away.
I've got this, like, technically a pain in the fucking arse, you know, to get all the different feeds and everywhere and all that. Right. Plus, mate, I've not even got the right question. I've not even got the right answers here. I've not got the answers. I don't know where I think you might get them at the bottom of the page, I hope. But that's 2 that we've managed to get. That's 2 more than I thought.
I think we should just do 2 a night.
Me, I'm ready for my bed already. Right, see the big advert things that I read out, thinking it was the question. The next one is, the test gets progressively harder as the questions go on. Right, so get your pen and paper out. Here's the third one. Oh no, it's another letter thing. I ain't going to be able to do this, but no, I'm going to be able to do this. So write this down. Rearrange the letters of any time. Right, so you need to rearrange the letters of any time, which is 7 letters, obviously, to give a 7-letter word. What is it? Oh shit. So this is fucking countdown shit, innit? Oh man. Right.
And so you think you're...
Think of a 7-letter word made out of any time, basically.
No time.
Don't shout it out, man, because then I can steal it and say that that's what I was going to say. Does that work?
Oh, mate. No.
All right. I was trying to steal that there, so I fucking had that too.
Is it a name or is it just a word?
It doesn't say, mate. It just says rearrange the letters of, in brackets, any time, to give a 7-letter word. What is it? So there's a 7-letter word wrapped up in any time. Just one word. Oh man, this is my worst shit.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Not using Alexa or Google. You're using a fucking nut here.
I'm honestly trying to do this. I know I won't. I'm just looking at every letter and thinking of common words that start with every letter and see if they fit in. Mate, I'm pretty sure I can hear fucking, what do you call that? Tumbleweed. Yeah. Yet.
Mitany? No, is that even a word?
Write it down, mate, and if mitany, that could be a word, mate. It's not word I'm from. It's not one I'm from. How would you spell it? Mit. Hold on. Right. There's. Oh no, I'm not going to give you any questions, but I've spotted one. Is etymony a word?
I just feel like that I've been fucking hot over the head with a stupid stick. I've got a flabber hanging to my chin here.
Mate, I'm trying to stay away from the chat. I'm trying to... right, hold on. I need to change my screen. Right. I want to check one.
Don't tell me there's cleverer cunts in the chat than us two.
Well, I don't know if they're right or anything. Manny. Is that a word? No, it's no. I'm just making words up now.
I've gotten on to check to see if my word's real. I've wrote a word down, but I don't even know if it's a word.
Give me the spelling. I'll get a wee.
M-I-T-E.
M-I-T-E.
N-A-Y.
M-I-T-E.
N-A-Y.
M-A-Y. Right.
N-A-Y.
Vitamin me. According to Google, no, mate. It's not a word. But
well, I'm fucked with that question, man.
Right, so I don't. Right.
I would be here. Do.
No, I'm going to stay at it for a wee bit more, right? So, what I'm going to do is just go through all the common known things, right? So, what's all the common known words with a asshole, right? That doesn't work in. There's any, right? Oh, no, you're just building on the words that are there, or is that overcomplicating it or simplifying it? Because you can stick enemy, enemy, enemy. Oh, fuck. Oh, where's that fucking hot Jew biatch for Countdown, man? Oh, Carol Vorderman as well, man. Countdown can do hot chicks.
Well, you can, you're trying to do a Mensa question here, for fuck's sake.
I know, I need the blood at my brain, no, well, I don't know. This might prove that if I get it now, it proves that guys really do think with their dicks.
I'm trying to see.
Into me, no, into, in me. I'm just shouting out fucking sexual phrases now. Anytime. It's. It's in. It's my tits in. It. Is that it? Autonomy? Autonomy? No, it's autonomy. A-I-T M-E-N-Y? Is that? No. No, I don't. And
many. No,
there's no more. Oh man, this is hurting my fucking head. What's the? You were asking what's the question? Time limit. How long is it before we start battering out the question? The guy for the answer. Into them. Oh no, I think I might have read the fucking answer. Oh, does that work, buddy? Oh shit, I have read the answer. I was blocking out the bottom half. Does that work?
Amenity. You there?
Aye, man, I'm just using my brain. Aye, that one works, Chug. I'd like to think you done it yourself, mate, and didn't Google it.
What one?
What was it you said, mate?
What did Chug say?
No, you first.
Amenity.
Well, mate, hold on. I'm either reading this wrong. I'm reading it into me. I might be reading it wrong though, because I've reading skills of a 12.
Go and check and see if amenities are word.
How you? Oh God, man, this is hard work for a dyslexic. Sorry, say it again.
AMEN. ITY.
Amenity, that is a word, mate. Does that work match up with all the shit? Into me seems to work. And me works, and the one you said, amenity, AMENITY. So you get the A, the M, the E, the N, the I, the T, and the Y. Both of them are right. Fucking smart ass motherfuckers. Alan, did you Google that shit?
I'll be honest, I asked my Wayne, because I did.
What? So you're sitting with a Mensa guy?
He's a wee clever cunt, aye.
Oh man.
Nah, he's no way, he's up at spare, mate, or that. Did you not see me running out?
Oh, right. Mate, I was too busy slabbering over my bit of paper, man. Like that.
My brain's too tired at this time of night to fucking do these questions, man.
Yeah, well, my excuse is I'm just dumb as fuck. But, mate, two or three so far ain't that bad. Right, but I do need to learn how to shield myself. There we go. From the whole question. Right, you ready? Right, so this is just an advert or a saying. You have been at least 10.5 years. What? You have to be at least 10.5 years old to take the supervised test. Younger applicants need to be assessed by an educational psychologist. So you need to be at least 10.5 before Mensa will call you a Rain Man. Right, so number 4. Pen and paper out. Right, so it's replace the blanks in this sentence with 2, this is the important thing, 2 3-letter words. So 2 times 3 words. The same 3 letters must be used for both words. What are they? Fuck me. Right, so before I read the sentence, let's just understand what they're asking us. They want for us to find out, fill in the blanks, 2 blanks in a sentence that we're going to read. The 2 blanks are 3-letter words.
Same words.
And you must use the same letters for both words. So it's basically two words, 2 3-letter words made up of the same letters which fit into this, the blanks of a sentence. Right? So the woman decided to blank, right, a well-known firm of solicitors to blank claim. Hold on, I'm thinking it out. To blank for compensation.
The woman decided what?
The woman decided to blank a well-known solicitors to blank for compensation. I think I might get this. I think I might. Right. Right, right.
A woman decided to blank a well-known solicitor.
To blank for compensation. The two blanks are three-lettered words. Made out the same letters, but not the same words. I'm assuming. If it's the same word for both of them, I've got it. Nah, that's too easy.
I've got that word.
Replace the blanks in a sentence with two three-letter words, so they have to be different because it's two words, not one word. Right.
But it's the same letters in each word.
Same letters in each word, but they're different words, so this just blew my whole I've cracked it fucking thing away. Where's Russell Brand when you need him, man? Russell Brand could do this in seconds. That's thesaurus skills. The women decided to blank. I feel like fucking what was that old BBC fucking Blankety Blank? Sounds like Blankety Blank. To
Know that word anyway. Get that word back out. And it's a three-letter word.
Three-letter word, it's saying, mate, aye. I mean, this is showing our thesaurus and linguistic skills.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was the second blank was act for compensation. But there's no other way. There's no other way to jump in.
You've kind of helped me out in the sense that you've gave me something else to look at. I thought it was ask. Ask fits in both. But I can't think of two words out of the three letters of ask that fit in both ways. But no, you can't. You can't act a well-known solicitor's tag.
No. It's not that.
It's not a call. It's not a letter. You ask. It's not solicit. It's a three-letter word for getting in contact with a solicitor firm. Email. Email. Text. Twitter. Facebook. What do you do? It's a three-letter word. To give in, condemn, demand, ask for competent. Right, so ask seems to fit in to both of them. Because you can ask you can decide to ask a well-known solicitor firms.
Does it say that they've got to be different words?
Yep. Well, I'm assuming so,
There's
right?
nothing else that you can...
No, well, there must be, mate. There must be. It says replace the blanks in the sentence with two three-letter words. Now, if it said replace the blanks with one word,
but they can't be the same words. They can be the same letters. You've got to muddle the letters up.
No, it's two words but it has to be the same letters. So the way I read that is it's definitely two different words, same letters, just round different ways. Because again, if it was ask, I would have cracked it in 2 seconds. But I don't.
Right, but if it was ask, then what other 3-letter word can you make out of ask?
Well, that's what I was just doing there, right? You've got
sack, cass.
Hold on. Oh, I think maybe I've cracked it. Is sack? I always thought sack was SAKH, but if you can sack, the woman decided to sack a well-known firm of solicitors to ask for compensation.
No, because sack's getting rid of some cunt. SACK.
Aye, so you phone up your solicitors like, I'm getting rid of you because I'm going to go and ask for compensation.
But it's not spelled SAK, it's SACK.
CK, I know, that's why I'm clutching at straws here, man.
I know, mate, I'm fucking... It's going to be something fucking simple to you, I know it. It's just no jumping at it.
Well, it's a 3-letter word. No, mate, it's got to be highly complicated if it's in Mensa and it's a 3-letter word. This is a testing your vocabulary, innit, man? I usually do not too bad in these fucking 3-letter word.
Vocabulary, mate, it's a 3-letter word.
For.
We learned all the fucking words in primary 1.
Exactly, man. Cat.
Car. The woman decided to car a well-known solicitors to cat for compensation.
Here, by the way, I think you might be onto something here, man. Cat. Right, okay. Tack. Tack. What's the meaning of tack? Can you tag a well-known solicitor to
cat? Mate, we make ourselves look stupid as fuck here.
No, hold on, mate. We've done the first 2, nearly done the 3, and we're on the 4th. So we ain't doing too shabby. Right, let's look at it. I'll read the chat and see what the chat's saying, because I'm sure some smart bastards fucking cracked it out there. Right, so what's the chat saying? Big brains are thinking, use and sue. Use a well-known firm of solicitors to sue. Oh, hold on. Use and sue. Ah, fuck you, Chug. You're a smart bastard.
Wow, man.
I know, you were right, mate. It's so simple when it's pointed out to you. Well done, Chug. So the answer is use and sue. So a woman decided to use a well-known firm to sue for... Oh, wow. How easy is that? Now you see it, man. Now you see it.
See, it's because we're too stoned. We'd have got that if we were fucking straight-headed.
Nah, mate, I blame Maggie Thatcher for taking her milk away. See, you agree, man?
Fucking steelworks and all the old bastard.
Chug, well in, mate, well in.
Lucky she left the turnips caramel wavers alone, man. Right.
Oh, mate, you may take her lives, but you'll never take her waivers.
Or her iron brew.
I'm pretty sure that was the script. Right, one more question. I think I'm fucking hitting the wall. Fuck's sake, it's been 3.5 hours. Get your pen and paper out, mate. Get your pen and paper out. Let's see if we can do the next one. Again, no cheating, because there's no fun if there's cheating. Hold on, I need to hide it. I need to hide the chat room again. Remember,
start to draw me. Look at that. Fucking perfect. Ball-headed bastard.
Has he done that to stick you with a jobby stick, or is he doing that as an artistic thing?
He's still to fit the face in it.
Oh man, you should let me show that on camera. That's brilliant, man. It looks like Guess Who. No, do you know what it looks like? Can you remember the game Mr. Pop when you were younger? And it was like a wee guy's face, right? And it'd be like a base and a wee guy's face, and you would stick it back, and there would be on a timer. And you'd have to put hundreds of wee bits of the face in until he'd go up, pop!
All right, I thought you were talking about that one where you've got all the faces facing you and you have to guess what the other side's got.
No,
was that one?
it's Guess Who. Guess Who and Mr. Pop. Right, let's do our fifth and last Mensa question. Oh, fuck, mate, you need to draw a diagram and all that for this. Right, so I'll read the advert first. It's a mix of language and number-based puzzles. Admittedly, this one made no sense to us. Oh, God almighty. Right. What is the value of the top row of the grid? Right, so draw a 4x4 grid that you can put letters in and numbers to the side. So draw a square and divide it into like a 4x4 grid, if you get me. So like half it and then half it again.
What is the value of what?
Right. Have you got like a 4x4 grid?
Square.
Aye, a 4x4 square, and you've made it into a grid. If you get me. So it's like 4 boxes each way.
Right.
So you've got a square and you just section it off half, and again until you've got like.
Right.
Right, so the top left, I'm going to go along the top from left to right. So the first top left is B, A, C, B, and then to the right of those box equals question mark. That's the one we need to find out. Do you understand that? No.
No.
Right, you've got a square. Right, so you half it vertically. You half it vertically, and then
like an old-fashioned window you would draw for a house.
Aye, right. Then you've got 4 squares.
Aye.
Half of them again.
Half of them again.
Aye,
so you've got like fucking runners of St George's fucking crosses.
Aye, well, what you end up is like 4x4 squares.
Right, got it.
Right, now see up the top left square?
Aye.
This is algebra. You remember algebra shit? Like B equals fucking shit, and you need to work out the equation. This is hurting your head, isn't it? This is a step too far. I think I might do well in this one, actually. I used to be quite good at this. I wish I could show you the picture, because it's easier. But you've got 4 squares on the top row, and you've got 4 squares in the top row.
Right, aye.
Right, so the top left one is the right in the middle of the square, B for banana.
V?
No, B for banana. The second one to the right, A for apple. And then the other one to the right, C for Charlie. And then B for banana again. Now, we need to figure out those values, right, when we put this all in the square using fucking equations and algebra. So, see the second row? Put these letters in from left to right. B, A, A, B.
B, A, A, B.
B, Bertie, Alpha, Alpha, Bravo. Now,
why Bertie and Bravo? Why did you need to change that?
Well, because I started using my old phonetic alphabet, because I know the phonetic alphabet. I know, but I do know the
back.
Right, no, but see, Bab, to the right hand side, those 4 equal 100. This is where the brain matter comes in, mate. So, like, we don't know what B is. We don't know what A is. We don't know what A is. We don't know what B is. But add them all together, they equal 100. This is what we need to decipher. Right, now, we'll go to the third line. I wish I could show you this picture, man. Right. Hold on, mate. I'm just going to... how can I do this? Right, aye, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deactivate my camera. Turn my camera back on with you, my man. And then show you what I mean. Right, so that's like a 4x4 square. You've got the letters.
I've got that. I just can't read what you've wrote at the sides.
Right, hold on. I'll fill it all in. I should be able to screen share with you, buddy. I want you to get this done, and then so I think I might have a small chance at maybe figuring this out. Maybe this is right now. How do I screen share with you? Right, hold on. I'm going to have to. No. Right now I can. Right, mate. Share audio. Yeah, share audio. And right now, buddy, you should be able to see that. Can you see that? Right. So, like, the idea is to find out the numeral value of these letters by figuring out that if B
hold on.
A equals 100 and A and B equals 90, we need to figure out that top line. And I'm saying I'll get a good. I think I stand a chance here, but I don't know if I do. Right, so
I think it's to me. Hold on, mate.
Right, 2 A's.
Right, so
2 A's and an AB is 90.
Right, wait a minute.
Right, shush, man, I'm fucking thinking here. Oh no, hold on, I'm fucking having to hide the chat again.
Hold on.
Hold on, I need to fucking hide that chat. Because I want to fucking try and figure this shit out. Right. 2 A's and 2 B's are 100. 3 A's and 1 B are 90. Oh, there's... Right, hold on. Oh man, I nearly got it. Right, so the only difference between the two top ones is C.
Yeah.
Right, so
the value you're trying to find. Right, hold on.
If we figure out the
Right, so that's
value
jumping to 80. So I'm saying, so if that value's 100. Right, and that's for the BAAB for 100 and the ABCC is 140. That's added a value of, hold on, 40. So the value of that C.
Right, hold on. This must be able to figure out.
I think I've got it, mate. I think I've got it.
Oh, right, don't shout it out yet, buddy. I'm going to give myself another wee minute or two. I'm looking at the 3 A's and a B and thinking there must be a way of figuring out the B value.
The 3 A's and a B?
I see down the way that 3 A's and a B equal 90.
Oh, mate, I'm not even looking at that.
Well, it's like a, what do you call it? A fucking.
Alright, that Brexit didn't even there. Hold on a minute, man.
It's a Sudoku kind of thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? But all the lines.
The value A's and a B's 90.
So it's gave you 3 answers, and you need to try and figure out the 4th.
Right. So the value of a. Hold on.
Right. So the 3 A's must be equal, obviously, because they're all A's. So what can you add to an equal number to make it a 90? If you get me. If 3 things has to be a particular value. Oh man, head hurts now.
Yeah, they do, mate. They do.
I thought I did been a bit better at this. Right, 2 C's. Hold on, right, so...
Mate, my fucking brain's farting. I'm getting something.
Mate, we're going to wake up tomorrow smarter, buddy. I'm telling you right now. Right, so if A equals 20, 3 of them equals 60.
And then it fucks off.
I know, mate. I hear you. Right, I've got 3 A's. Say A's 20. 3 of them are 60. So B must be 30.
B's a value.
60, 70, 80, 90. Right, that would make sense. So if B... Right, hold on. I think I might be onto something here.
Hold on.
Right. So 60, 70, 80. Oh, I've fucking done it, mate! I've fucking done it! Oh, I'm so proud of myself. I think I've done it. Right, hold on, I'm going to... A. I don't know if we've done it.
I'm going to say the answer's 120.
Oh, right, hold on, right. If my thing is right, there's 2 B's, which are 30. So it's 60 versus an A, 20, and a C, which is 40. So 120. I get 120. And I genuinely got that myself, man. So if people in the chat room are saying that, I got it by figuring out right? I don't know, man. If somebody said that in the chat room, and that is genuinely, but I can give you my workings. I figured out. I was looking at the 3 A's and a B, and I was like, right, what?
That's what I was looking at for the value of 90. I was thinking that.
Right. And I went with the formula, right, let's say if A is 20, then you've got the 3 A's doing 60, so it's B, 30. Then you see the pattern of 20, 30, and then you go, well, what if it's going up by 10s when C is 40? You get me?
Aye.
And then D is 50. And then you start doing those calculations within the V square, and they all add up, which means the top one would be B equaled 30, A equals 20, 50, C equals 40, 90, and B equals 30, which would be 120. I can't believe I worked that out, man. I'm doing that's a couple of Mensa questions. I'm well proud of myself, man.
See, mate. At least with the 2 air brains, we can make half a fucking brain.
Mate, I'm not even fucking shitting you. I really enjoyed doing that, man. That was enjoyable, man. Right. Let me see if I can turn that back on. Man, that was always like good fun. I'm going to, aye, buddy, I've just noticed if you went into the chat, see the things you were talking about, see the thing, the messages not going through. I've just noticed I've not been seeing any of them. Not at all. So thanks for the heads up. Was that what?
You ever get that feeling somebody's just walked right over the top of you?
Oh, aye. Shudder down your spine, man.
Right, buddy, I'm going to call tonight. I need to get up early.
Right, my man. Right, listen, I'll give you a shout when Mensa gets back to me in the morning, right?
Right, no bother, mate. I'll just get live while I'm fixing my teeth.
Mate, honestly, that was pretty cool, man. Fucking doing those fucking... I fucking well enjoyed that, mate. Well enjoyed it. Really fun.
Another time. Maybe do the next, we'll do a 5 another time.
Aye. We'll get Gordon involved. That'll be real fun.
Oh, Gordon will tell us to go away to fuck with that shite.
Fuck all that shite. Nah, I really enjoy sitting down there and actually trying to fucking batter that shit out. And see, the weird thing is, I've just proved to myself that if you do try a wee bit of brain power.
Questions taking us about, what, 10 minutes to answer? Right? And at that, I don't think so, mate. I got a couple of thick bastards.
Mate, no, but there's different degree. It's Mensa questions aren't about you being a robot being able to regurgitate shit in a book. It's about being able to see patterns, rhythms, rhymes, decipher shit. That's what Mensa is about. That's what the MI5 stuff they always put out in the press and all that is all about. Anyway, guys and girls, thanks everybody for watching. This was a test, which turned into... Wow! Mate! What was the original name of this fucking live stream?
Fuck those, mate.
You told me when you came on. Synchronicity. It was called This Is a Test. And we've just sat and done a fucking Mensa test. Fuck's sake, man. Oh, hold on. I'll actually look at the poll. 15 votes. This is a test. 15 people thinks it is a test and 40 says no. I don't even know the fucking point of the question. But we done a Mensa test in the end. And a wee bit of podcasting and everything.
2 of them votes were me saying no, just to be a stubborn cunt.
Mate, that was well good fun. I enjoyed that, man. Oh, there's a wee fucking turn up for the books, man. What was it we started off with? Talking about society and lack of white cunts or something?
If it's still live?
Yeah. Not anymore, if you give me 2 seconds. Anyway, tune in for politics tomorrow.
Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.
Hold on 2 seconds.